Hold on, Danger Nattles. I forgot to do a thing. Hello, Danger Nattles. Uh, Jerry is gonna be running late. Cause, smoke in California.
Sound like you just said that Jiri is smoking California. He's just off the fucking just sucking up the entire state in a cigarette.
Yes. um, Apparently, someone did incredible work on the SCP Reddit. For the main groups of interest, because someone was asking which group of interest has the most SCPs and whatnot. They went through all the main groups of interest, and as of yesterday, found how many group has so many SCPs.
How many group has so many
How
SCPs?
many GOIs have a certain amount? What? How many SCPs have? How many SCPs are
How
connected to the
many?
GOIs? You know what I mean. Fuck you. And I actually
Okay,
have the list.
so to clarify, they found out how many SCPs are related to each GOI.
Yeah, and honestly,
Okay.
I am actually surprised by the list. All right, so I'm gonna read from lowest to highest. Pseudogenesis Productions 17. Medition Academy of Occult Art 17. Greaseburger Inc. 22. Totally Soft 24. Commission of Unusual Cargo 25. Next one, which is concerning, Just Girly Things 31. Anomalies. Goldbaker Rings 32. HMF for Security Attainment, it's cut off, but it's that one. 43. The Wandsman 44. Alexiva 49. Arcadia 52. Aurea 55. IJMEA 58. Raven Corporation 64. Three Moons Initiative 66. Deer College 68. Ambrose 71. Feinkinder Need Technical Media 75. Church of the Second High Toss 78. Mana Charitable Foundation 89. The Chicago Spirit 100. Honorary Collective 105. The GRU Division P 106. The Factory 107. Honestly, I'm not sure how that group's going to exist much anymore since the original article's deleted. I'm not sure what's going to happen to that group. It's up in the air at this point.
Guess time will tell.
Yeah, hi, Randall. I'm reading a list of how many SPs are connected to groups of interest because someone did a whole list of all the major groups, not the minor and international. Um, the Horizon Initiative, 126. The Shark Punching Center, 132.
Wait, the Shark Punching Center has more SCPs related to it than the factory?
Yes.
I
The
see.
the Black Queen, 147.
That
Herman's
makes me
Floors,
happy.
huh? Yeah. Herman's
I was
Floor.
agreeing with Rando.
God damn it. Herman
I'm
Floor.
gonna interrupt you again.
I'm gonna hit you. Herman Floor's Circus for Disquieting, 150. Gamers Against Weed, 154.
Mm.
Prometheus Labs Limited, 157. Oh my god. Parawatch, 181.
That one makes me very happy. I love the fact that there are that many SCPs related to the stupid cryptozoology group.
Yeah. Wilson's Wildlife Solutions, 188.
That also
Children,
makes me happy.
yeah. Children of the Scarlet King, also 188.
Huh. I really did not expect that one.
Yeah. And actually, the one above it, which is more concerning, that has more, the Davites, 191.
Yeah, that tracks. They're a pretty popular subject.
Yeah. Nobody, 200.
That's a lot of SCPs for someone called Nobody.
The Fifth Church, 223.
The fifth church or the fifthest? Oh, I guess fifthest is yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just being a dung. I'm being a dungus. I'm surprised that they have more than the Children of the Scarlet King.
Yeah. Uh, are we cool yet? 287.
Damn it, Gamers Against Weed was better. Then I guess it's just logical that the group that does more fucked up shit would show up more.
Yeah. Uh, Dr. Entertainment, 295.
Mhm.
Uh, the FBI Unusual Incidents Unit, 311.
They don't deserve that.
Yeah. Now, at sixth place, the Serpent's Hand, 344.
One sec.
Okay.
My dad's calling down to look for a cat.
Ah. So you heard the
Okay, so
number?
it's one sec.
Ah.
Okay.
So you heard the number for a Serpent's Hand?
Not the exact number. How many was it?
344 at sixth place.
Nice.
At fifth place, the Chaos Insurgency, 348.
I suppose that makes sense.
At fourth place, the Circuit Cults, 397.
That also makes sense.
At third place, Church of the Broken God, 446.
I was guessing that they would be like really high.
At second place, Marshall Carter and Dark Limited, 531.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh wait, GOC, what was GOC 3?
GUC is at number 1.
Oh. Oh, right. Yeah. For some reason, my brain was going number one will be the SCP-Foundation, but that's not a group of interest.
Yeah. That would be like every SCP.
Listen, I never claimed to be fully mentally here.
Yeah. At number 1, the Global Cult Coalition, 568 anomalies.
Damn.
I thought,
That's a lot. That's a lot of chairs to shove in wood chippers.
oh my god. Yeah, I thought because like the main three groups of interest that are talked a lot about, it's the GOC, Chaos Insurgency, and Serpent's Hand. I thought they would be the top 3.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that the Serpent's Hand is down in sixth.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew they'd be high up there, but
Yeah, but only in
the,
sixth
I
position.
expected it to be higher. Yeah.
And I didn't expect,
Also,
huh?
I I was just gonna say. Also, I just remembered that the chair wood chipper meme is now outdated. The new thing to focus on is the fucking GOC creating a mimetic weapon and then wiping out an entire small town because they fucked up.
And I'm also shocked how many SCPs are connected to Marshall Carter and Dark. Like, Jesus.
I mean, I'm not too surprised by that one, considering they're like the black market embodied.
Yeah. But it's also concerning how many SCPs are connected to GOC.
Yeah. How many more? To be fair, there is an SCP that was just the result of a foundation showing a reality warper every cognito hazard at once. True.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't to say that the SCP Foundation doesn't have its moments of awful, but
Oh, yeah. Like Camp Granada.
hmm.
You
Or the
remember?
emojis.
Yeah. Do you remember what Camp Granada is?
It sounds very familiar.
Okay, so the O5 that switched over to go to Chaos, create the Chaos Insurgency. In order to prove that Abel and Iris will be great on the team, they modified and mutated the zombie virus so that instead of it just eventually killing a person, they clone. And then they sent the MDF team with those two SCPs to get rid of all. They intentionally infected people with that disease.
Jeez. That okay, yeah, that's pretty high up there in terms of bodies in the water. That was their fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty high up there on the list of uh like unjustifiable things the SCP Foundation has had some hand in alongside setting up that one or that one doctor setting up what was his name? Kondrak? No, not Kondraki. It wasn't Kondraki. Kondraki. That one doctor setting up that 096 breach.
Oh, Dr. Dan.
Yeah, Dr. Dan. Dr. Dirty Dan.
Yeah. Um.
6820, which erased a whole universe. Yeah, we'll just kind of like ignore like for the moment we'll just ignore 5,000 because
Oh
that's
yeah.
not our SCP universe. That's not our SCP Foundation. It's a different universe's SCP Foundation.
I'm
Move
guessing
along.
682 random.
Built to kill.
And also, technically, here's another fun thing. Like the Foundation was actually about to completely obliterate the children of the Scarlet King, but the person who was searching into Scarlet King got so obsessed with it that they brought it back fully, and now they're a threat.
Uh, there's the Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. Every concept even.
Distant fan sounds.
Those are air filters.
Ah,
Oh my god.
distant air filter
Oh
sounds.
my gosh, this is perfect hatchet. Remember says yes. It erased every concept, even slightly related to 682 from existence. 682 didn't like that. First, we brought every concept back into existence with enough force to destroy the universe.
Jesus Christ, man. I
Wait,
mean, I was about to say that's an overreaction, but it's the lizard. Of course, it's an overreaction.
wait! I just realized if it erases everything slightly related to 682, that means 999 dies because 999 is 682's brother.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you doing, Jiri? Feeling any better?
Yeah, you good?
Uh, that's my answer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, also dived into 682 just being the avatar for greater pain, but let's ignore that. Yeah.
Meh.
Wait, what?
Okay, Jerry, SCP-6820 was created to erase every concept even slightly related to 682 from existence, but 682 didn't like that, and first they brought every concept back into existence with enough force to destroy the universe.
That's valid.
Yeah, you didn't miss much as we've kind of just been sitting here waffling
Yeah.
and discussing SCP related war crimes.
I'll also send something to you in DMs. Cause someone made a list of all SCPs connected to each group of interest, how many there are, and I read that at the beginning of the stream. Someone, for the major groups of interest, I should say. It would be hell to do that for the minor group and the international groups. Now that I think about it, it would be hell.
The majority of them would be in like at most the mid-20s.
Yeah.
Let's never give that.
Except for Shigastan.
Let's never reread Sugar Stand unless absolutely necessary.
If
It's on
if
Sonyverse.
if Shigastan
Basically every group.
okay, you just got cut off a bit. I think the noise gate
I
hit
said,
you.
let's not read Sugar Stand unless absolutely necessary. And that Sugar Stand would pop up in every single group.
Yeah.
Not all
Yeah.
of them, but enough of them.
Also, I'm going to read this because this is actually really funny. This goes with SCP-6820. I think the story said, Random Princesses, I think the story said every 682 across all universes got incredibly angry at the same time when it was used.
So do they just like that does give like some potentially pretty interesting info on 682's actual nature because that would imply that perhaps a part of its adaptive capabilities because it has some kind of unconscious connection with all versions of itself.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Which I mean, if you can just like enter your head and chat with every alternate universe version of yourself, you can make no mistakes
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just do that.
But also, wouldn't you get very angry?
That too, probably. But I mean, that tracks with 682.
Yeah. Anyways, first group of ninjas for the night, the Bringers of the Cloud. Unknown, but the group is related to a mythical figure known as Quincy, now defunct.
Oh, right. Is implied SCP 6820. A hereby referred to as 682's true form is a concept so far above human thought that not even gods can affect it.
Damn.
Jesus. I guess in that case, would the spear the non-believer actually work on him?
Good question.
More than likely, because the spirit of non-believer lurks on anything immortal, anything at all. So, possibly.
Mayhaps.
We're trying to show it trying to strike it directly. Yeah. Anyways. There's actually
Anyway, yeah.
I know it's not that, but there's actually another weapon they did. Foundation just tried with 682, which is the broken telekill sword. Because anything that sword cuts is a wipe from the universe, like just gone.
Hmm. Though, given the information we just gathered, it
Yeah,
would likely then become likely. It would likely then become likely. Yes, thank you, me, for using my words. Um, it would be likely that then the 682s and all other universes immediately know how to avoid getting cut by that sword.
yeah. I guess that would also work with the spirit of the non-believer.
True. 682 is forever.
It's, I mean, it's interesting, but it's also kind kind of one of the things that I don't like about 682 because it's the hard to destroy reptile. It means it can die. It just I haven't found out how.
Well, anyway, let's actually
Yeah.
get going.
Yeah, it has to be connected to is SCP-3714, Jingshi's ring. One broken image.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm gonna open up any links. Oh, there's no links. Okay.
The best image is the broken image, for it could be any image.
Yeah. Item SCP-3714, object class safe. Especially containment procedures. 3714 is being contained in a commercial ring box stored within a lockbox. 3714's lockbox is to be stored in a standard security locker within Site 27.
Okay. You, you pronounced a lockbox like Locks box, which just makes me think that it's filled with hair.
My god. 3714's internal diameter is to be recorded twice weekly using a truly. What?
Uh, jewelry caliper.
Caliper and hazard gloves. See document 3714 Hunt log A274 for previous measurements. I almost said cunt log.
Review cunt law.
Testing.
Something joke about Pornhub.
Oh my god. Testing involving 3714 requires approval of the level 3 uh, coordinator for 3714 with an additional approval from the ethics committee. Description: 3714 is a decorative green jade ring which possesses multiple anomalous effects. 3714 will spontaneously resize to fit the ring index finger of any human subject who comes within 16 centimeters of 3714. 3714 was discovered with an internal diameter of 11.27 millimeters and currently has an interior diameter of 13.1 millimeters. The overall quality and mass of jade comprising 3714 does not change during this process. Direct contact with the skin of a human subject will trigger 3714's further anomalous effects. 3714 has no effect on non-human subjects and will not resize in their presence. 3714 can be removed without difficulty within the first 15 minutes of exposure. Past this point, outside assistance is required to remove 3714. Testing with 3714 is suspended until further notice, as no significant benefit has been ascertained to date with 22 subjects under the effect of 3714. Oh. Primary effects stage 1. Within 20 minutes of direct skin contact, subjects wearing 3714 will generally seek out a location in order to safely enter sleep. When not presented with a suitable location, subjects will usually lay down in place. Out of 22 subjects, one reacted with extreme agitation and eventually managed to remove 3714 without outside assistance after 72 minutes of searching for a suitable location. Movement during this period is markedly slower. Date subjects have been unresponsive to verbal or physical confrontation. Removal of 3714 during this period and a subsequent 24 hours can be performed without difficulty or permanent effects on the subject. Primary effects stage 2. After roughly 24 hours of unconsciousness, subjects will experience 2 to 7 minutes of epileptic seizures. Oh. At this point, the subject is designated -1. Brainwave activity monitored during the stage shows severe fluctuations in brain activity of -1, eventually leading to complete brain death. Within 5 seconds, subject exhibit a stable brain pattern consistent across all instances of -1. -1 will at this point awaken and exhibit additional anomalous effects and drastically different mannerisms. It is unknown at this time whether or not 3714 has any correlation with the occurrence of Jiangxi in Chinese folklore. What the fuck? It's SCP-3714-1. Physical characteristics. Instances of -1 will move only by hopping short distances, with arms extended consistent with description of the Jiangxi of Chinese folklore. Do we actually get to see what a Jiangxi looks like? Oh, it's those things.
Yeah, it's the like the stereotypical Chinese zombie idea.
Ah, okay.
Do you know how many times I've seen them in porn?
Oh my god.
I don't. It's a lot.
-1 does not aid and is unresponsive to physical harm, but exhibits no evidence of increased physical resilience or regeneration. Major physical damage to limbs or other motor structures will limit -1's ability to move. -1 will cease all motor function with significant damage to the host's brain. Brainwave activity was shown to continue until roughly 32% of brain matter was destroyed. Jesus. Removal of 3714 from an instance of -1 will cause -1 to fall unconscious and revert back to his previous non-anomalous state after approximately 15 minutes, including brain death. Damage sustained while affected by 3714 will not be removed or regenerated. These reversions have proved universally fatal. Behavior and anomalous abilities. -1 will speak in Middle Chinese freely. -1 will claim to be either saying Golao, a mythical figure in the Chinese tradition of alchemy, or He Quinshi, a mythical figure associated with the now defunct GOI, the Bringers of the Cloud. Neither identity has been confirmed at this time. -1 is hostile to members of the Foundation and will universally attempt to prevent removal of 3714 from its finger. -1 generally will speak about a mythical battle which caused the death of Zhang Guolao and has made multiple references to legendary figures from various alchemic traditions, including Nicholas Flamel, Hermes, Trismegistus, and Jibir al-Hayyan. There is no significant evidence to support -1's claims. To date, Foundation researchers have been unable to converse with 1 long enough to allow for interviews or significant communication. -1 possesses additional anomalous abilities depending on the current dominant personality. When saying Gulao is a dominant personality, -1 possesses minor reality bending abilities, most notably the ability to manifest fire, water, stones, or electrical discharge through unknown means. These abilities appear to be limited by some unknown mechanism, as -1 has never manifested these abilities to a degree sufficient to allow it to breach containment. These abilities do not appear consistent with the description of a Jing. However, they are similar to abilities claimed to be associated with the Arabic tradition of alchemy. Zheng Gulao was reported to be an alchemist in Chinese legend. However, no records of 3714 or Zheng Gulao were forthcoming from the alchemy department. When He Kun Shi is a dominant personality, -1 possesses the ability to spontaneously transmit illness via anomalous means with anyone who comes in contact with its hands.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus! Today, yellow fever, the bubonic plague, and fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, or FOP, have been transmitted during testing incidents.
Not quite as bad as it could be. Could be smallpox.
Yeah, or measles.
Measles is significantly less deadly than smallpox.
What's that
smallpox
disease?
is basically death.
Like, measles, like, I'm fairly confident measles has killed fewer people than the bubonic plague.
Oh,
I guess it has been, like, something that has been a threat for longer.
yeah.
So, maybe. I don't know. That'd be hard to calculate.
Oh, I know what I was trying to think of.
We actually do not know if it plagued humanity longer than the bubonic plague. The bubonic plague is quite a bit older than it should be.
Yeah.
Well, no, what I'm meaning is, like, it'd be very unlikely for someone to die from the bubonic plague, say, in the early 1900s, while the measles was still a very present thing at the time.
I remember.
Actually, the bubonic plague is still something uh, we have trouble treating. There's not really any cure. Also,
Really?
there's an
Huh.
outbreak in the United States.
Yeah, I noticed CDC has samples of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I shoved my entire fist up my ass.
Yeah, well,
No, let's not go there.
I was thinking of the wrong disease. I was thinking of Ebola, the flesh-eating disease.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Can we not figure out which one is worse, Ebola, the flesh eating, or the incurable bubonic, which is also not fun?
Yeah. Let's continue with this, because so far I'm getting an evil vibe from this group.
Gee, whatever gave you the. What the fuck are the people doing out there? Sorry, it's just when answering you, I suddenly heard like a child's scream. Unless that's from Spood.
It's the bringers of the cloud.
Oh, from Spood. Sorry, not outside. It's fine.
Why was Spood making children scream?
It's just a video or something like that. It might be adults screaming.
And anyways, back to the SCP. -1 will attempt to kill any Foundation personnel it comes into contact with. If it manages to do so, it will undergo an ritualistic behavior, pressing its face near the subjects and emitting a loud hissing noise for several moments.
I see.
Why?
May I just ask why as well?
I mean, sometimes you just gotta hiss at a motherfucker. At least that's the wisdom imparted on me by my cats.
Yeah. Um, notably, Dash 1 will continue to speak in Middle Chinese during this ritual, and translations of Dash 1's speech consists of the two personalities arguing, with the Zhang personality unwilling to perform the ritual. Dash 1 exhibits all of the classical deterrent mechanisms of the Jiangxi, describing Chinese folklore, including but not limited to mirrors, peachwood, handbells, Taoist talismans, the compulsion to count coins thrown on the ground, uh, fire, proofs from the sources other than Dash 1, the sound of a rooster's call. These object sounds and phenomenon are to be available at all times to security staff interacting with 3714 test subjects.
So real quick, can you scroll back up? I want to check something.
Where?
So she is the guy associated with the group we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. They.
So he can transmit disease.
Yes.
And he's also the one that tries to push forward this ritual that Dash 1 is. It will undergo a ritualistic behavior, pressing its face near the subject and emitting a loud hissing noise for several moments. This ritual. Yeah, okay. So, the guy that we're specifically trying to focus on does not like the Foundation and has the cheese touch of death.
Oh. Those are not good things together.
Yeah. Alright. Recovery.
At least the plague doctor gave the Foundation practice with the touch of death.
Yeah. Recovery. 3714 was discovered in the Redacted Market in the province of Redacted China during a post-operation incident with Agent L. Dumorn. Agent Dumorn came into contact with the box containing 3714 while wearing a thalamic ring. The standard operating equipment thalamic, and took note of the object. 3714 was acquired along with a small wooden box containing several other items. Inside the box was a small figure of a donkey, 3714, and a 200-gram piece of flat lunar rock inscribed with Middle Chinese. And translation was provided by junior researcher Yang. Whatever unfortunate soul puts this foul thing on, I am sorry. The note is for the wretched soul inside this ring. This is for Erbil, traitor. I hope you and Leviathan's pet monster enjoy eternity. The source of lunar rock is unknown at this time. The glyph found at the bottom of the tablet is one associated with early Arabic cryptography, specifically a cipher of Arabic, which was seen used in several reliefs in the ruins of the citadel of Erbil. These glyphs appear to identify a particular person as well as a subject matter. Several texts have associated with this specific glyph with the writings of Nicholas Flamel, specifically in his research notes on what the mythical alchemist Jabir Ibn Hayyan analyzed to Jabir in later centuries, described as the creation of artificial life. This process of takwin is referred to in a significant number of religious and pseudo-religious texts. The current leading hypothesis is 3714 is a failed attempt to replicate takwin by POI Redacted or POI Redacted, both of which were active producers of anomalous items in the current region and time frame of 3714's potential creation. Both persons of interest have significant interest in the occult and mix together elements of both religion and folklore, redacted, leading to the fall of the Tang dynasty by Zhu Wen in 907 CE. It is unknown at this time why POI redacted or POI redacted would include a reference to the Citadel of our Bill. Research is ongoing. So I have a feeling this is going to be another group we're going to look at. Citadel of our Bill. I'm kind of curious about the Leviathan's pet monster. Oh, an alchemist goes to war. That's great. It's a rather long story. Okay, I just wanted to see if it was an SCP. Was Nicholas Flamel an actual person? Oh yes, they were. Huh.
So this is one that's somewhat rooted in actual history.
Then I want to look to see his beard. Yeah, he also existed. That's cool. Huh. And then
So this ring is a botched attempt to create artificial life,
yeah,
presumably either by or in relation to He Kun Shi.
which
But I guess like we could like take the part of He Kun Shi being kind of a douche nozzle and like
yeah.
use that to infer about the entire organization.
I mean, they're probably followers of this person.
E- I don't know. I'd be thinking. A part of me wants to say incompetent evil because apparently all this guy managed to achieve was becoming one of two personalities controlling zombies that put on a ring.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was trying to do, but this is. I highly doubt
Probably
that
not
this was
it.
the intended result. Yeah, I think I'd be comfortable with incompetent evil unless we want to go like look for more sources about it.
Yeah, I'm fine with competent evil. You in agreement, Jerry?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're not doing the next one because it's probably going to be part of the same group Church of Broken God's going to be. Because I mean, it's literally the start of their church.
Yeah, the oldest sect of the Church of the Broken God.
Yeah. Which also means this was the sect that also did mass G-word on innocent Starkicks. You know, people who just wanted to practice magic with flesh. They didn't even bother these people.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then they would have a very different rating to standard Church of the Broken God.
I'm thinking we would move the Church of Broken God because they do have ties with that. When we eventually go back. But anyways. I didn't get the name. I know it's a bit far down. It looks like Brotherhood of Night. Here we go.
Mushroom War.
Oh yeah. Brotherhood of Night. GOI 188 was formed under the leadership of Martha Grand, with the premise of that 1627-B was the next step of humanity. This group's stated purpose is to aid in the spread of -B either through the 1627 ritual or assisting the entities in finding food and corpses to
Inhabit.
inhabit. However, due to the radical actions taken by members of GOI 187, Daylight Huntsmen, a large portion of the membership of the Brotherhood came from townspeople who are displeased with the changes the Huntsmen had mad.
I guess we have a typo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's being made.
Well, I guess we're reading the Mushroom Wars.
Mushroom Wars. How long is it? It's not. Oh.
You
Oh,
were
God.
saying?
Oh, yeah, we have actually GOI information about Brotherhood of Night right here.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna open all the links. Okay, actually,
Yeah,
it's. Huh?
we're gonna want to get a full understanding of the circumstances of whatever kind of war this is.
Yeah. Also, even though it is a bit long, it's not super long.
Aliens.
Now let's see what this is. Item SCP-1627, aka Mushroom Wars, Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. The forest in which 1627 is located is to be secured by 50 armed Foundation personnel. Oh no. The species shall be allowed to grow in the area, but only with Foundation set boundaries. D-class testing of 1627 is to take place within Site 56 in a waterproof testing chamber, after which the affected D-class shall be left in the chamber until death.
Oh, okay.
If 1627 is discovered outside of this area, the previously mentioned procedures should be set in place. The town of Redacted, Tennessee, USA is to be quarantined and monitored until the instances of -A and -B are identified and neutralized. The town will continue to be observed for up to 1 year after all anomalous entities have been assumed to be deceased. SCP-1627 is a species of fungus superficially resembling fly agaric mushrooms, or Amanita muscaria. The species can cause vomiting, internal bleeding, blindness, and hallucinations if ingested.
Yeah, let me look up uh that species name. Amanita scaria. Oh yeah, these are the ones that I'm pretty used to calling fly amanita. So they look like these boyos.
I'm looking.
Sending image. What is that gigantic tick thing in there?
We were watching Godzilla Analog Horror yesterday. That is a Godzilla kaiju
Oh.
called Skita.
It is a
Oh,
mosquito.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's a
I hate
mosquito.
it as well. The person who made, or people who made the Godzilla like thing,
Cartoon,
made
yeah.
it, made the mosquito. No, not the cartoon.
Oh, right. I'm an analog horror. Never
The
mind.
the fan made thing, the analog one, made Ghidorah look even better. Like it came out of the old movies. But I
Yeah.
still hate it because it's basically a kaiju mosquito.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Also, that looks
But it
like the
looks
Mario
so
mushroom.
good. But kaiju
It's
mosquito.
I mean, it's widely speculated that the Mario mushroom is based off the fly amanita. It's like
Ah.
one of the most well-known mushrooms. Fun fact, it was fun fact. The Yuletide traditions of several Norse uh like pagan sects back in the day would include drying these mushrooms and imbibing them and getting high off of them. As such, it is speculated that they are partially responsible for the colorations of Santa Claus,
Ow.
the red and white.
Did people die from it? Because it looks like. Oh wait, I'm not. That's the SCP description. I'm not sure if it has the same effects.
Well, I mean, well, the SCP description is describing potential things with them, but the point being they would imbibe them in a certain manner to make it so that they can survive it and just get a good high off it.
Oh, okay.
Again, Aaron, remember, most things are poisonous if taken in too much. And there's all sorts of ways to make deadly things less deadly.
Ah. Continuing, 1627's anomalous effects manifest as a result of ritualistic behavior composed of the following criteria. 1. 1627 comes in contact with human blood. 2. 1627 is ingested by a human subject. 3. 1627 is ingested in the absence of direct sunlight. If the subject ingests the fungus without meeting all of the previously mentioned requirements, such subject will experience 1627's non-anomalous toxic effects. Once the subject meets the above requirements, that subject will be transfigured into either an instance of -A or an instance of -B. -A refers to persons who have completed the affirmation ritual successfully with their own blood. Upon the completion of the process, any damage present within the individual's body will be completely healed. This includes tissue damage, bacterial and viral infections, and cancer. Congenital genetic mutations are unaffected. -A subjects are unaffected by pathogens as well as being able to survive without food or water for extended periods of time. Instances can only be distinguished from non-anomalous humans by a faint presence of a white glow emanating from their bodies, which is present when they are put into areas with illumination measuring no more than 10 lux. When a human being comes into direct skin contact with an instance of -A, all damaged infections present within them will be healed. Over the course of the following 2 weeks, that subject will experience rapid what?
And since I going to look up that word. Senescence, the condition or process of deterioration with age.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
Senescence until dead, often by natural causes associated with old age. This appears to give nourishment to -A instance.
Ah, fuck you.
Okay, so they
That's
literally just eat people's life force, effectively.
Damn.
And that's why I said fuck you after she read that, but not aimed at her.
Yeah. Alright, now on to what the group wants to use. -B refers to persons who have completed an affirmation ritual successfully with a different person's blood. Upon the completion of the ritual, the subject will experience uniformly dark pigmentation across its entire form with 2 points of light located in its upper half, which is similar to function as eyes. Subjects will also enter into a semi-solid state and while resting appear to be formless. Specimens of -B are sentient and sapient, as well as being capable of vocalizing. Rarely do individuals retain their original personality after a transformation. Instead, instances will display predatory behavior. These organisms will often kill their prey via suffocation after entering into their respiratory tract. Once their target is dead, -B will invade the corpse and consume the victim's cardiovascular, nervous, and reproductive systems. As well as excreting preservatives into the rest of the organism's tissues in order to prevent decay of the corpse. Instances of -B will inhibit human corpses in order to blend into populated areas. Organisms tend to live in groups of 3, but have been found living alone and in groups of 7 members. While -B cannot hold a consistently solid human form outside of a corpse, it may remain within a host body indefinitely. -A and -B appear to be invulnerable to physical damage. However, both groups are susceptible to starvation within 3 weeks. In addition, if instances of -A and -B are brought together, both subjects will die immediately after making contact. The cause of this is currently being studied. (1627) was discovered on June 4th, 1995, a small secluded mountain town of redacted Tennessee, USA, after agents received reports of people of shadow and light coming out of the nearby forests. Within the town, several groups had formed based on reactions to the entities, the largest groups being the Daylight Huntsmen, the Brotherhood of the Night, and the Enders. And that's the... Okay, so before we continue, why the fuck does this group want to use -B?
I don't trust them.
Right.
Oh, I'm being pulled away.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess I'll have to read the mushroom stuff later. But yeah, I'll be back in a half hour, so y'all can continue.
Sorry,
Alright.
Mario joke.
Yeah. Anyways, on to the history file. History file 1627 data. SCP objects involved 1627. GOIs involved GOI 187, Daylight Huntsman. GOI 188, Brotherhood of the Night. GOI 189, Enders. Summary. Citizens of redacted Tennessee, USA came into contact with 1627 when a group of people identifying themselves as the Cult of the New entered into the town square at 20 o'clock on... Oh, okay, so that was actually... That might have been... I don't know. I guess February 14th, 1995, a 1627 ritual on their members, creating several instances of -A and -B. A few members of the cult attempted to speak a message of power and evolution. In the midst of this, a riot started among the crowd, which resulted in the death of all members of the cult and several civilians. Within the next day, several groups formed among the citizens of the town, largest most prominent of these being GOI 187 through GOI 189. These groups gained control of the town over the course of 2 months and grew more and more unstable until redacted. This report 1627 Alpha and documentation of 1627. Alright, so this is about the Daylight Huntsman. GOI 187 Daylight Huntsman was organized by Regis Newman as a group of people who had decided to support the -A instances and actively attempted to combat -B. Due to -B's hunting and killing methods, members of the group usually wore gas masks and were extremely hesitant in trusting people outside of the group. It is reported that prior to the Foundation containment of 1627, these individuals refused to interact with persons that weren't in the group and often did not let anyone else join. As part of a larger initiative, these members are also actively destroyed all methods of communication, including phones and internet, as well as ensuring no citizens left the city after initial exposure to the anomaly in order to halt the spread of -B outside of the town. Out of the 3 most prominent groups during this time, GOI 187 was the most noticeable and prevalent due to their equipment and methods of operation. When members of this group identified -A instances, they invited them to join in their ranks, while making sure not to touch them. Due to the group's full-body outfits, distinguishing between anomalous and non-anomalous individuals was challenging. Whenever members of this group successfully captured members of GOI 188, Brotherhood of the Night, they used them to feed the -A instances among their ranks. Oh. Members of this group were reported to have searched random houses in order to identify and capture members of GOI 188 and -B instances. People captured were often executed via incineration in town's crematorium. GOI 187 appears to be unaware of -B's undamageable nature. Members of this group also tended to ignore GOI 189 Enders because it just seemed like another crazy fucking cult whose bullshit they had to wade through. Redacted. Insert 6 Report 627 Alpha and Documentation 627. Okay. Now on to our group. GOI 188 was formed under the leadership of Martha Grand with the purpose that -B was the next step of humanity. This group's stated purpose is to aid the spread of -B either through 627 ritual or assisting entities in finding food and corpses to inhibit. However, due to the radical actions taken by members of GOI 187 Daylight Hunters, a large portion of the membership of the Brotherhood came from townspeople who were displeased with the changes the Huntsman had made. Members of this group were typically reclusive due to the methods utilized by the Huntsman. However, they also willingly gave up their own bodies for use by -B if needed. Relations of this group of GOI 189 Enders were virtually non-existent due to the massive number of small cultist groups that had formed in the town during this time. Connected, that's also the incident report. Okay. Alright. GOI 189 Enders was formed by Lars Pearson in response to the 1627 ritual in Town Square. This group formed their own religion around the concepts of -A and -B, with stated core principles consisting of balance and preparation for a shatter. They believe -A and -B to be the human forms of good and evil, respectively. Members insisted that these elements were the universe signaling the path to the end is caused by extremes. This group was generally avoided and ignored by GOI 187 Daylight Huntsman and GOI 188 Brotherhood of the Night. The major preachings of the group were about an end of times and walking down the middle. They believed that the only way to salvation was to live a neutral life. It thus only acted in a manner that could be described as such by their own interpretation. They revealed extremes and claimed that the perfect world would consist of issues presented not in black and white, but in gray. Members also spoke of duality and how it is better that neither side benefits than one side getting help. GOI 189 held many gatherings in a variety of places, most private residences, but occasionally churches and open areas, where they invited people to join them in preparation for the end and safety from the 1627 entities. During these gatherings, the speakers of the group, known as equalizers, would often go out among the crowds and hold conversations in order to inform people of the group's messages. Now on to the incident report. Incident report 1627 Alpha. On June 4th, 1995, Foundation discovered the town in which these events occurred after recovering several instances of -A and -B from the surrounding countryside. When agents arrived on the scene, conflict between the three groups has escalated greatly. MTF Sigma 7, aka Turn Right at the Light, MTF Epsilon 4, aka Please Don't Touch Me, and MTF Eta 9, aka All Security, were dispatched to subdue the citizens and contain instances of -A and -B. At this time, GOI 187 Daylight Huntsman had apparently become paranoid to the point of complete destruction of internal structure and betrayal between members. Meanwhile, GOI 188 Brotherhood of the Night had released approximately 20 instances of -B that they had kept hidden in order to let them freely hunt, while they forced people at random to eat blood-covered instances of 1627. Okay. GOI 189 Enders had begun killing people in various means not involving direct contact. When questioned about these actions later, members responded that they had come to the conclusion that killing was a neutral and therefore just action. Rationalizations of this included it can be both merciful and malicious, and it can either kill the monsters or the people, therefore it lies in the middle. Foundation agents went into the town and subdued the majority of the citizens using anomalous outbreak protocol Row 05, after which many instances of -A and -B were located and contained. All members of the town were interrogated, particularly those reported belonging to one of the three aforementioned groups, before being administered Class A amnestics and released. All information about the groups and events occurring within the town was gathered from the interviews that in 1627 was found and contained. Species was discovered in a redacted forest, a 50-kilometer square area of woodland land, which appears to be the only location where 1627 grows naturally at this time. Okay, so lawful evil, because they are like a structured group, and they did not do any good at all.
Yeah, lawful evil sounds about right. It sounds, honestly, it's a level of structure that makes it undeniable that it's lawful evil.
Yeah.
Not neutral evil, it's not chaotic evil, it's lawful. And it's evil.
Oh, speaking of evil,
Brothers of Death. They
yeah,
might not be evil.
I'll be back. I have to go pee though.
Okay, be well. Be well.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, onto the Brothers of Death. Brothers of Death, a trio of Grim Reapers, the All Death, the Great Death, and the Small Death. Each death represents a different level of death. Okay, I want to see if they actually are in this one. brothers. Oh, I didn't see that. F. Okay, so brothers mentioned there. I'm just trying to see if there's another anomaly besides the one we already know that mentions brothers' death.
Um,
Related to brothers' death. Okay, so footnote 1. Where's footnote 1? It's for more information concerning daylight beliefs. Okay, so it's given the. Okay, so this object class is related to the Brothers of Death. Here we go. Why don't we read a different SCP that we haven't done before? Alright. Meet. Alright. SCP-7859. Sit down on the floor of your D-class cell. Kate and Percy died first, but it's been a good run. Our queen hands you your cards. You take them and prepare for the worst. Item SCP-7859. Look down at your cards. In your hand, you have a goddamn ace and a 2. How you wish it were a 10. Object class was safe, like crossed out. Then it was contained, then uncontained, then crossed out. Then it was Keter, but it was crossed out. Now it's Basorium, which is related to the Brothers' death. You say hit, you get a 3. Remember what you agreed to in the first place. Special containment procedures. SCP-789. This was be kept in a storage locker 12934 at Site 17. Under no circumstances be removed. Alright. But it has now breached containment. If encountered, -A is to be observed to determine its motives or intentions. You say hit again. A 6 enters your hand. You want to die. You know you will eventually. Description. 7859 is a set of standard French-suited playing cards. 7859 can be distinguished from the non-anomalous cards by observing the image of the ace of spades. When non-anomalous aces have a normal spade icon, 7859's ace is replaced by the image of a scythe. Oh, I wonder if this is the game the old man did with death.
oh,
That's why it's related. Okay. So now we can see if death was being fair. More likely not. But good to know. You say hits for what you wish to be the final time. You receive the Ace of Clubs. 7859's knowledge property becomes active when used at any game involving playing cards. At the end of the game, one of 3 outcomes occurs based on whether the card is in play and who holds it. You say hit. If the player loses the game, wounds of varying depth and length open on the player's body and the player is terminated. You get a queen. If the player wins the game, all players, with the exception of the winner, are terminated in the same manner as if they had lost while holding the card. You finally bust. If the game results in a tie, all players are terminated. Okay, so yeah, not fair at all. Guess what? You play, you die. Feeling wounds open up, you feel an intense pain as though your heart has been torn open. You can see blood gushing out the hole in your chest. Your vision starts to fade. All autopsies of the deceased support the claim that they had died from strangulation. No other outcomes have taken place at the time of writing. And you finally got your wish. Addendum. This was crossed out. SCP-7859 went missing on January 9th, 2024, and is yet to be found. As of right now, on January 9th, 2024, Junior Research Site's body was found in its Site 17 D-Class Block Cell 974862, with injuries consistent with those received from losing the game with 7859. 8 others were found alongside Slate's corpse. They're identified as D486298, D749732, D375973, D746529, D755432, D971637, D786553, and D553809. 7859 and humanoid entity, now designated as -A, were also found in the cell. Before -A could be engaged, it vanished alongside 7859. 7859's current location is yet to be found. 7859 has been designated Keter until further notice. Until the nature of -A is fully understood, personnel are advised not to engage. Oh! It goes to a little game story you can do.
Oh.
Okay. So basically, either this anomaly was created by the Brothers of Death, or it was used. Actually, no, it wouldn't be used because the old man survived. So I'm guessing the Brothers of Death created that anomaly so that no one else can beat death in a game. No matter what, you die. Even though that's the case, and we already know the story of what happened to the old man beat death in this game, is now stuck for eternity walking alone. I'm kind of I'm kind of thinking death is more as an aspect as true neutral, because
Yeah,
it's not evil, but it's not good.
very fitting. True
Yeah,
neutral.
that's what I'm thinking. Three Brothers of Death is technically true neutral, and I'm guessing they created 7859 to not have a repeat of 1440. That's my theory. I have no way to prove it. Okay, on to the last um letter B GOI. Okay, no, it's so many. Here we go. The Bureau of Onmyo. A Foundation precursor originating from the Edo period of Japan. The group's name is sometimes mistranslated as the Holy Emperor's Council on Unearthly Matters, according to 2478. GOI number unknown, status minor, and defunct. Note, this is one of the two organizations that inclusively had a tag on the Japanese branch, the other being Light Courier Enterprise, which we did. Although both of these groups first appeared on the English branch, the Japanese branch has expanded upon both by adding more articles and a tag. Okay. I prefer Terry practice that kind, but does his job and doesn't the rules. Yeah. Yeah, so Oh, it's connected to a 001. The wrong proposal. But the thing is, just look how long this is. I think when we go back to, you know, uh, remove things around, we'll do the wrong proposal. So, Jiri, 2953, 2478, or 2781? Choose.
2478?
2478. Ordinary Japanese people.
First look to see if it has the name of the group mentioned anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just opening all the links now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably just part of it. Paste. Yep, it is.
Oh, nice.
Alright. Japan is an SCP? Maybe. Alright. Item SCP-2478, aka Ordinary Japanese People. Object Class Euclid. Special Standard Procedures. All life instances of 2478 are held in individual Type L humanoid containment cells in Biological Containment Area 519. 3 deceased instances of 2478 are to be held at Area 519 Morgue. No personnel or self-acknowledged Japanese descent are to be in visible proximity within 2478 instances unless for approved testing. Approval may be sought from Project Head 2478. 2478's freedom of religious practice is acknowledged under the Eugenio II Protocol. Document 2478 BU, for necessary provisions, WRT. 2478's religious ceremonies. Personnel are to monitor religious ceremonies conducted by 2478 instances. 2478 refers to an alternative phenotype of Homo sapiens sapiens, human. Distinctive physiological features include 14 legs around the lower torso and 14 arms and 7 heads scattered around the torso arbitrarily. Locomotion is possible through the combination of multi-leg movement and chronicle rhythm, muscular contraction of its lower torso, and mucus secreted from underneath its body. Average height and mass are 2.8 meters and 400 kilograms respectively, while torso circumference is 1.5 meters. 2478 instances uniformly demonstrate fluency in the Haida dialect of Japanese and can comprehend standard Japanese. A single 2478 instance possesses 7 sets of most internal organs, e.g., heart, lung, stomach. However, only one brain exists for a given 2478 instance. It is located along its torso and has an average mass of 10.5 kilograms. As such, a given 2478 instance possesses a single consciousness, and all 7 mouths will speak in unison. Although male or female reproductive organs or a combination of both have been found in 2478, they are non-functional. The number of reproductive organs in a given 2478 instance is consistently 7. 2478 in images depicting it impose an anti-mimetic effect on humans of Japanese descent, hereon referred to as subjects. Subjects will ignore any sign of 2478's anomalous physiology and receive them as non-anomalous humans identified with gigantism. Subjects will consistently dismiss any evidence suggesting 2478's anomalous nature. Non-Japanese individuals who have been made to believe that they are Japanese descent, e.g., falsified memories, are susceptible to its effect. Below is a translated excerpt from the Imperial Japanese Abnormal Matters Examination Agency, or IJAMEA. For some platoons fighting in China, bayonets and katanas levitated on their will and surrounded the soldiers from redacted and killed them hit the mountains. This name refers to 21st century instances who are known to hold weapons on all 14 hands during battle. They fought on our side and killed many Chinese. The ancestors of these men were, we speculate, must be on our side. After all, the folk of redacted claim lineage were in the chaos of the warring states. Subjects of partial Japanese descent, each half Japanese, experience this partial antimimetic effect to a lesser degree. Subjects unaware of their Japanese descent, e.g. ignorance on the subject's part, amnesia, dementia, are unaffected by the Stalin's effect and fully recognize 2478's physical appearance as non-human. The earliest known sightings of 2478 were from eyewitness accounts in VtuberEN since 1926, where they were deployed by the Guangdong Army. Currently, Liaoning Province, China. Documents from the Imperial Japanese Army, IGA, described 2478 instances as soldiers conscripted from redacted Gifu Prefecture under Japanese conscription law. Denied any anomalous traits attributed to 2478. Instead, IGA officials claim that they are non-anomalous humans with gigantism. Supplementary documents and personnel from Japan-based organizations such as the Bureau of Onmayo. Oh yeah, that's basically what we read over there. Yeah. And IJMEA did not regard 2478 to be anomalous. That being said, the Bureau of Onmayo did record an extra normal event related to a redacted village. A translated excerpt of said event is as follows. On redacted August Meiji 12, equivalent to 1879 CE, and Ada, also referred to as the Urakumen, an outcast group at the bottom of the Japanese social order, has historically been the victim of severe discrimination and ostracism. The redacted and Haida Mountains mysteriously vanish. Cause unknown, but there was little need to be concerned over the loss of gravediggers and butchers. Some days before a foreign preacher was said to have entered redacted, whereabouts also unknown. Without the Ada, redacted is no longer in Adamora, Ada Village. That day onwards, redacted was inhibited by another group of countrymen. They were unlike the Ada who previously dwelled in those lands. They were giants, standing taller than the men of America. The appearances are deceiving. These new residents embodied the Yamato spirit as any fellow countryman would, and are clearly worthy of being fellow subjects of His Imperial Majesty. They demonstrate great proficiency in the production of rice and rearing of livestock, truly exemplary of the nation. Initial attempts to acquire 478 instances were met with resistance from the Japanese government, condemning the Foundation's violation of the rights of the Empire's subjects. This was believed to be one of the contributing factors leading to the expulsion of all Foundation assets in the Japanese Empire on redacted in 1932. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, the Chinese military and Foundation intelligence had reported 2478 instances among...
Return.
Jesus! Hi. You actually... I don't know why, but your voice made me jump.
Oh, that was delayed.
Oh.
I think I was having like one of those little dips in internet when I came back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so about the Mushroom War thing, the group we were looking at, they intentionally forced people to be infected by Dash B and turn into Dash Bs.
Magical people.
Yeah. So they were structured, so we put them in lawful evil.
More than just a little structure. structured.
Yeah.
I see.
And the next group after it, we kind of I discussed with Jerry. I decided we just put in true neutral, which was the Brothers of
It
Death.
Yeah.
'Cause-
See,
They
that's
were
one
pretty
that I was.
neutral.
Mhm.
That's one that I was just like a wee bit conflicted on because, like, on one hand, they're like the embodiment of the concept of death, which is necessary, but
Mhm.
on the other hand, um, eternally tormenting a guy for beating you in a game of cards is very questionable.
Yeah. Funny thing is, those cards were made as an SCP. I guess they
Oh,
look like
really?
they were found out later, but found later probably after that man. Um, but as of now, those cards, if you win, you get gutted and die.
Oh,
Well, I mean, no, if you lose, you get gutted and die. If you win, you still die, and if you tie, both people die.
well,
They're
that sucks.
basically cards of death.
Yeah, so no matter what, you die. I think they did that to prevent a repeat.
They were a little angry.
Yeah. So yeah, and we're now on to the Bureau of Onmyo, a foundation precursor originating from the Edo period of Japan. The group's name is sometimes translated as the Holy Emperor's Council of Unearthly Matters.
Just pronounce the Edo period Edo.
Yeah. Oh, Edo period. Yeah. Um. So far, we're looking at an SCP that where the Japanese Empire still existed.
I see.
They were able to eat the Foundation.
Yeah, and basically anyone who knows for a fact that they're of Japanese descent, sees these people as normal people of gigantism, but in reality, their physiological features feature 14 legs arranged around the lower torso and 14 arms and 7 heads scattered around the torso arbitrarily. And yeah.
What?
So,
What?
so the people who know they're in fact of Japanese descent don't see them as that. They just see them as people with gigantism.
But they're just fucking human centipedes?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Um, and I'll reread a message from the Bureau of Onmyo right here. It's right here. It's in, when they saw it recorded an extra normal event. On redacted August Meiji 12, equivalent to 1808 CE, the Ada, also referred to as a Borakumen, an outcast group at the bottom of the Japanese social order that was historically been the victim of severe discrimination, ostracism, of the redacted in the Haida Mountains mysteriously vanished. Cause unknown, but there was little need to be concerned over the loss of gravediggers and butchers. Some days before, a foreign preacher was said to have entered Redacted, whereabouts also unknown. Without the Ada, Redacted is no longer in Ada Mora, Ada Village. That day onwards, Redacted was inhabited by another group of countrymen. They were unlike the Ada, who had previously dwelled in those lands. They were giants, standing taller than the men of America. But appearances are deceiving. These new residences embody the Yamato spirit, as any fellow countryman would, and are clearly worthy of being fellow subjects of His Imperial Majesty. They demonstrate great efficiency in the production of rice and rearing of livestock, truly exemplary of the nation. So basically, they can't see them as what they are.
I see.
On to where we were. Initial attempts to acquire 2470 instances were met with the resistance of the Japanese government, condemning the Foundation's violation of the rights of the Empire's subjects. This was believed to be one of the contributing factors leading the expulsion of all Foundation assets in the Japanese Empire on redacted 1932. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, the Chinese military and Foundation intelligence had reported 2478 instances along IGA forces. IGA sources indicate that the entire 2478 population in Japan had volunteered for conscription operating in the China-Burma-India theater. Notably, 2478 instances were not conscripted under the Yokai Battalion in IGA MEA sources. An IGA battalion was comprised entirely of anomalous entities. I mean, that makes sense because they probably didn't realize they were anomalous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Japan's surrender in 1945, the Japanese government permitted the relocation of the surviving 2478 population in Japan to Area 519. A majority of texts regarding the history of 2478 was confiscated, although some remain unaccounted for. Since containment, 7 live specimens of 2478 have been held by the Foundation, all of which have served in IGA MEA as enlistees. The remaining specimens, roughly 50, were executed under charges of war crimes and autopsies, after which they have been cremated following 1 year of postmortem study.
Magic.
See.
Well, there's another crime from the Foundation. Then on 2478-1, interview log -1-1. Okay, so someone want to be the multi-appendage anomaly or the researcher?
I guess I can be the anomaly.
What was that, Hatchet?
I said I guess I can be the anomaly.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, all 7 heads speak at the same time.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Yeah, because they
Oh.
also only have 1 brain, despite having 7 heads.
I see.
Yeah. Also, Jerry, what did you say when I was asking for voice lines?
I don't remember. And now I'm horrified by the thought of that thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh, I read just a tiny bit ahead. This is really sad.
Ah.
Oh.
Interviewer researcher James Shang, interviewee -1 Akatachi Mion. Forward, the following interview is originally conducted in Japanese. I corrected myself before I said it, but my dyslexia wanted me to say Chinese. I felt it.
I thought you were gonna. There for a second, I thought you were gonna say that your dyslexia had you wanting to call him Bakugo.
No. You wanted me to say Chinese instead of Japanese.
Well, dyslexia isn't always correct. That's why it's dyslexia.
Yeah, and I hate having it. Anyway.
Well, too bad. It'll make you say things that are wrong for the rest of your life, and it's done it for the times even before you knew it existed.
Yeah. Anyways. Begin log. How would I address you?
Akatachi Leon. From. Why do you keep us here, Chinese? What?
I was just my mind immediately went like a few minutes ago where I tried to call Chinese Jap. I mean, God damn it! God damn it! Click on Japanese Chinese. Because my dyslexia, and I just did it.
You thought you were above the dyslexia. It proved you wrong.
Damn it. Anyways. Bakitachi, we know what you are. 7 heads, 14 arms and legs. Hardly the average person. Yet the Japanese think of you as one.
We are an ordinary person. Only wish to be accepted as countrymen, but we were defiled, non-human. The imperialists denied us that, as did the shogun, for one of us is worth 1/7 of an ordinary person. We were cursed.
Jesus. How did you end up like this?
We received a miracle from our Buddha Isattva. Buddhasiva.
What word? Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva is basically a Buddha.
Oh.
Well, I could guess that. I'm just trying to pronounce it. Bodhisattva.
Yeah, Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. Okay. We received a miracle from our Bodhisattva, Weon.
Bodhisattva.
Oh yeah, it says right here.
Bodhisattva.
Yes. That figure has no known parallel to in Shinto, Japanese, Buddhist, Rikuyon, or Ainu pantheons.
Bodhisattva. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So the V is with an F sound. Okay. Bodhisattva. Sattva. Okay. He came to our village and took pity on our plight, praised the craft our countrymen mocked, the parting of skin from flesh and feeding of the dead to the earth. We tore our flesh in groups of 7 and remade us to become an acceptable Japanese person.
How do you feel about it?
If we can be part of the in-group, nothing else matters. We will be in the in-group for both this world and the next, so says Weon.
Excuse me, what do you mean by this world and the next?
Weon spoke of the true, pure land that is to come, and that we could have a place in it, our shared practice. Until then, we have to get by the trials of this world. Surely he is Miroku.
Japanese name for Maitreya, that who will appear on Earth in the future, achieve complete enlightenment, and teach the pure Dharma.
Dharma, yeah.
This is very depressing.
Yeah, do you know where is Weon now?
Weon returns to his throne, the womb of the deceased god. Weon will return within our 7-fold lifetimes, bearing his intolerable force upon all.
End log. Addendum 2478-2. The Weon Matsuri is a traditional festival celebrated by 2478 instances during late August, observed solely by them. A distinctive ritual of Weon Matsuri is the skinning of animal carcasses. The skin will be made into leather and placed as decorations before a statue representing Weon. At the conclusion of Weon Matsuri, the skin, flesh, and bones used would be buried into a single grave. Due to the non-anomalous nature of Weon Matsuri, the O5 Council has approved for the facilitation of 2478 instances practice of the festival to maintain long-term compliance of their containment. Alright, level 4, 2478 plans required. Due to its non-anomalous nature and superficial resemblance to Sarkic rites, observation of 2478's religious ceremonies will be permitted to gather additional information on Sarkic ideology. However, there is concrete evidence that these religious ceremonies possess anomalous side effects, abort said ceremonies, and deny future incidents. Huh. I mean, it kind of would make sense to be connected to Sarkic.
This is just sad.
Yeah. Okay, so far, the information we got is this group acts like the Foundation, but was in huge support of the Japan Empire, along with the IJAMEA.
And it
Oh
sounds
right,
like
we aren't talking about the
Anomaly.
the people here. We're talking about the group that was supporting the empire. Do we even need to discuss that? It's a lawful evil.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna put it in the same place as Foundation. Nope.
I feel so bad for those people
Yeah.
being made to believe they're lesser than normal humans and being willing to be made into monsters just for the sake of being treated like a human.
Uh,
That was really fucked up.
Yeah.
And now we're
I
going
feel
into the
like
scenes.
I'll be honest, I picked that SCP at random. I didn't know it'd be that dark. I thought it'd be fun, like some Japanese branch version of humankind. Oh, I was wrong.
Where's like quickly looking at where like, either the Catalan or some. Ah, here we go. We might actually get a good grip this time. Mechanical Society of Parks and Forests. A foundation
the
for
name like that,
uh,
with a name like that, if they aren't good, I'm just throwing in the towel.
a foundation front company classified as an unknown group of interest to unauthorized individuals.
Oh, wait. So it's just the foundation. It's just a puppet of the foundation.
I
The puppet
mean,
might do okay things.
Wilson's Wildlife Solutions did become a puppet of Foundation too. So
Yeah, but they still have their own individual identities, so I guess like they were never described as a front company,
true.
if I remember correctly.
And we got one SCP connected to it is SCP-413 French. Only mythos believe in Yahoo. Ah, kids. I was hoping it would be translated. So, yeah, one SCP connected to it. Just to see if I need to open any links. Okay, nope. All right. Warning: this file is accessible to personnel level 1 and above. Wait, huh? So janitors can't look at it? That's basically, or D class actually. D class and janitors can't look at it because that's basically what's below level 1. To access a version required a higher accreditation level. Please enter your credentials in a field at the bottom of the page. Capture. Copy this. Item SCP-413-FR. Threat level green. Class safe. Inactive. That's new. Public statement procedures. The entire area constituting 413-FR must be enclosed by a 3-meter high chain link fence and monitored by 4 teams of 5 guards each, stationed at observation posts along its perimeter. Pursuant to the terms of the Collaboration Treaty, 2 of the 4 teams must consist of trained members of the Global Cult Coalition, who shall, on an exception basis, take orders from both the Foundation and our own parent organization. Guard teams, as well as their associated associated facilities, must be presented to the public as belonging to the private forestry management company. Regular patrols must be conducted within 413FR. Should a specimen of 413FR, I don't know that letter. I'm just looking back to see if it's the same. Yeah, it's the same as copied. I do not know if that's a Greek letter or not.
If you give a link, I can look it up. Or
Well,
you
I
copy
can-
paste it.
I can look it up easily.
I can just copy the letter. Right there. Looks the exact same in the article.
I'm gonna accidentally insult it. It looks kind of like a tree pole to me. Not a tree pole, but you know, like those light poles, the streets.
Yeah.
I do not think that is Greek. It is the fourth letter of the Armenian alphabet.
Oh. Army. Okay.
That's new. Well, what letter is it?
Ta or ta. So fourth letter Armenian alphabet representing the voiced alveolar plosive in Eastern Armenian and the aspirated voiceless. Okay, I'm done trying to read that.
It's to be romanized with the letter D. So I'm just gonna say it's D. 413FR-D. Be cited during such patrols. A search for potential civilian eyewitnesses must be initiated for the purpose of administering Class A amnestics. 413FRD. Specimen must not be pursued or disturbed in its activities. Update. So this is a French SCP. I'm guessing it's going to be January 11th, 2020. Following the reclassification of 413FR as inactive, both team staffing levels and patrol frequency are to be reduced by half. The primary objective of these patrols is now to verify that 413FR remains in an inactive state. Description of 413FR is a 10-kilometer square zone located in French Pyrenees near Redacted, which was privatized and managed by a previously unknown and possibly new group of interest, the Société Catalane des Parcs and Forêts, Catalan Society of Parks and Forests. Oh, that's what we're looking at. From November 20th, 2016 to November 21st, 2017. Shortly after this group's pursuing abandonment of the area, several individuals present both within and along the perimeter of the zone reported observing specimens of the Huss. These testimonies were corroborated by agents employed in the field, prompting the Foundations to initiate an active containment protocol in early 2018. The Huss designated 14FR-D appeared to be present exclusively within the confines of the zone, manifesting as a rate of 1 instance per month. No attempts to lure specimen outside the zone has proven successful. The precise location where these instances manifest remains discovered. Initial attempts to capture instances were likewise unsuccessful, as they consistently managed to outpace the pursuers and would invariably vanish immediately after running a bend in their path. Consequently, these specimens are not currently considered capturable. Oh shit. Capture. Oh well. Capturables. Oh, capture. There's capturables. Right here. the first civilians to observe instances of 413-FR-D prior to the implementation of Eyewitness MSX protocol sparked regional media interest in the area through their testimonies. Consequently, a significant increase in the number of tourists and curious individuals was recorded in and around 413-FR starting in 2018. However, the majority of local residents did not take the eyewitness seriously. No official investigation has been launched by French authorities. Addendum 1. History. In January 2018, the Foundation received a notice of intervention issued by the CMO regarding the 413-FR zone. Subsequently determined that the CMO had become aware of operations in the area through agents of the Perpignan Gendarmerie, which had unofficially ceded jurisdiction over the zone to the Foundation. This later factor was a primary catalyst for the organization's decision to intervene. The CMO quickly declared its intervention to take charge of managing the anomaly, justifying this stance by arguing that a potential expansion of the affected zone would draw Spain into the matter, thereby escalating the issue to a European scale. Negotiations were immediately initiated to prevent an outbreak of a conflict. These talks culminated in the Cooperation Decree Redacted, which authorized the Foundation and the CMO to collaborate in the containment and protection of SCP-413-FR. Update dated December 23rd, 2019. On December 21st, 2019, all instances of 413-FR-D vanished from within 413-FR. No warning signs were detected prior to this date, and no evidence found within the zone has yielded any explanation of disappearance. Update. January 11th, 2020. After 1 month, no new specimens of 413-FR-D have appeared, and those that previously disappeared have neither been recorded nor cited in any region of the world. The anomaly is now considered inactive or non-existent and will be reclassified. The question regarding the continuation of Redacted will be addressed shortly with the CMO. Got one last thing to look at here. This shows up any information at all. Please enter your credentials. Valid credentials. Access classified version authorized. Oh, wait a minute. So this is just a front like SCP-1000.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God.
What?
Oh, this one looks short.
That does not look short. That does not look. That was sarcasm, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Hold.
Like, poof, poof, poof. There's more.
Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna.
Are there any other pop-ups? No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do this.
Oh, you're just gonna try to look at parts that has that?
Yeah. Oh Jesus! I actually did the letter I.
Are there any eyes in this article?
Okay, so we have one addendum. It does talk about them. What did they do? Addendum 1. Documents pertaining to discovery of 413-FR-C. 413-FR-C was discovered during a routine measurement protocol conducted by the Foundation on November 20th, 2016. They were responsible for measurements having detected suspicious instability in the vicinity of the village redacted. It was able to distinctly demarcate a 10-kilometer squared tract of land exhibiting a hume level of approximately 5.1 HM. A difference of more than 15 HM compared to an average level of 20.8 HM measured in the rest of the region on the same day. The Foundation immediately dispatched an emergency containment team and initiated proceedings with the local branch of National Dashery. Said proceedings aimed at requiring the zone for the duration necessary to devise a solution. An expert assessment was quickly commissioned to determine all factors and implications regarding the zone. Colony's actions, 413 FRC, was secured under David Isolation Protocol. It was in the associated facilities and encampments were officially designated as belonging to a Foundation front organization. Acquisition stuff was similarly disguised as a standard land purchase. Okay, so
Okay, so it's literally just
no new information.
it's just humdrum of the Foundation. I'd say just put it in pure neutral.
Like true neutral,
Boring.
Or lawful neutral.
lawful neutral.
Because that's where we put the Foundation.
Oh, shit. I actually put the picture away before I saw it before I found it. Oh, fuck. Give me a moment.
Someday.
Okay, so it's the one.
Shit, pissing on your TV.
Okay, found it. Alright. What's next? Oh, right under it. Oh my god. The Cambridge Company, unknown but presumed to be manufacturing playground equipment.
What? What?
Oh god. Only SCP connected to is SCP-2224 Teeter Pult.
The reason why this group is on here is due to the fact that the Foundation are researching it and the SCP related to it. Although the D-Class could have forgotten or misremembered the name, the Foundation has an interest in the company, therefore it counts as a group of interest. I guess let's read Taterbolt.
Alright, is there any links? Oh, seed testing results!
Something tells me this is going to be a really entertaining article. They got a bunch of D-Classes to use the Taterbolt.
Oh my god! Alright. Item SCP-2224, aka Teeterpult. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. 2224 is located in the External Environmental Lab on the Site 24. Level 2 security clearance or higher is required to access the object in addition to permission from Dr. Darretts. Description: 2224 is a teeter-totter made of wood and metal, fitted with 2 boards and 4 handles to accommodate up to 4 riders at a time. The object resembles an
That's a thing?
Yeah?
I've never seen a teeter-totter that could accommodate 4 people.
I actually have one in a park that can handle up to 6. I mean, it's gigantic.
I've never seen anything like that, so I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, I know there's one at my park near me. I think, yeah, it got taken down because it was getting worn down and whatnot. But it had up to 6 people be on either side.
Oh, that is weird. That really exists.
Yeah,
What the fuck? What?
yeah.
Although you know what? Come to think of it, that it might have actually helped me when I was younger because you see, I could never actually use any teeter-totters myself. Because there was no one that I was friends with that was a similar weight to me. I would literally catapult anyone.
You created this anomaly.
Yeah, so I mean, if we got 2 of my classmates, maybe then it would work.
And you say you saw a 6-seater before, Aaron? Oh, that exists.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
the one near me got
Oh,
torn
okay,
down.
Okay, this is very different to what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like on both sides. Like it's one beam with like 2 people on both sides. I guess never mind. This would not solve my issues.
Yeah. The object resembles an older.
Also,
Huh?
the six-seater looks less like a six-seater and more like a bunch of people can play teeter-totter at once.
Well, actually, the one that Hatcha was thinking of was the one that was at my park because it's just like this SCP was made mainly out of wood, and but it was wearing down, so they tore it down. They didn't replace
Huh.
it. So, yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time one of my friends tripped over a teeter-totter at the perfect moment to rack me in the nuts?
No, but that's
It,
perfect.
it was unpleasant. Granted, I hadn't hit puberty yet, so it didn't hurt as bad as it would eventually
Oh.
if it had happened later.
Yeah, that's actually the reason I never played baseball. Like I started thinking, I did want to try out for it, but I'm not sure if the coach didn't like me or something. But when he was testing out to see if I can catch the ball, I didn't have a cup at the time, and not a single ball went towards the mitt because of how low he threw. They hit a certain area constantly.
Well, that sucks.
I had 6 balls hit there. Didn't like baseball after that.
That truly sucks.
And yes,
I
I
wonder
was
why.
hitting puberty at
I
that
mean,
time.
I literally was just called ball magnet. I think like I'm pretty sure I ended up walking more than any other, like more than the entire team combined when I was playing Little League. Just because for whatever reason the balls just seemed to always hit me. I guess I was a larger target than most of the kids on my team, but still.
Yeah. Back to the SCP.
I'd be suspecting it was intentional if it wasn't happening constantly with all sorts of different teams.
Yeah. So, so the funny thing is, oh yeah, now I remember fully. The funny thing is, before I left after the 6th time, he decided maybe I should do it with the machine. The machine immediately gunned for my head, and and I got I flew backwards, and I had a helmet, but still, it
Yeah,
immediately
that's
gunned for that.
it's not pleasant getting hit in the head with a baseball, even when you're wearing a helmet.
So I was like, "Fuck it, baseball doesn't want me."
Okay. Anyway, back to track.
Oh, I didn't realize Adurna was doing stuff in here. I'm sorry, Adurna. I didn't know you were here. All right, hydrated and stretched. Sorry about that, Adurna. Anyways, the object resembles an older style of teeter-totter which is no longer widely produced due to safety regulations in most countries.
You don't say.
It was acquired from a village located in southern Finland after the Foundation was contacted by the local government. Each of SCP-2224's 4 seats have a single letter engraved into the wood where the rider would be positioned. Letters are A, B, O, and D, with A and B engraved on one board and O and D on the other. 2224's effects only occur if a rider is sitting on the A or D seats, with the other
That
rider
is
on the
the O.
huh?
That is the O.
Oh, A or O seats, with other rider on the opposite sides of end of the board. Effects are different depending on which seat is being utilized. Their individual effects are listed below. The A seat. The only effect of the A seat is the first initiated when both it and the B seat are occupied by riders. When the rider on the A seat pushes off the ground, causing the B seat to then touch the ground, the A seat rider will experience the feeling of being launched off the object approximately 2.2 to 3 meters straight above the seat. When you're,
Experience the feeling of. So is it actually happening?
I don't know. When the B rider pushes off the ground again, the A rider will feel as if they are falling back down on the seat at velocity to be expected from the perceived height in the air. Visual and auditory hallucinations accompany this effect.
Oh, okay. So it is actually like it's not actually doing it, but it's just making them feel like it's doing that.
The A rider's experience will always last 2 to 3 seconds, regardless of how long the B rider stays in the ground position after touching down. This has been done with the B rider staying in the ground position for up to 52 minutes, the A rider not realizing how much time has passed until they are informed by the testing staff. The effect is broken as soon as the B rider leaves their seat, and another person holds down the B end of the board first and takes the vacant seat. It can also be broken by removing the A rider from their seat, usually by tether, before they reach the ground position again. A riders who have their effect broken for them do not experience any anomalous feelings or hallucinations, or possibly forget them immediately. Testing has not yet yielded any other notable results for the A seat. Now on to the O seat. O seat. The anomalous effect of the O seat is initiated in a similar manner as the A seats with riders, accompanying both the O and D seats instead. It does differ that the D rider must stay in the ground position for longer than 1.2 seconds after O rider reaches their apex. The effect will not occur if the D rider's seat does not touch the ground at all, or the D rider immediately pushes off the ground again once their seat touches it. Unlike the A seat, riders on the O seat can have experiences that vary greatly in perceived time and velocity, depending on how long the D rider stays in the ground position. Due to the perceived time of the experience for riders of the O seat, their facial expressions will usually change rapidly while using 2224, which often results in the facial muscle tearing. Jesus! O riders will often lose consciousness upon returning to the ground position, but only if the D rider maintained the ground position for longer than 20 seconds before pushing off the ground again. Breaking effect is possible using methods outlined for A seat, with O riders having their experience nullified or forgotten similarly. Considerable testing of the O seat has been done to seek out any similarities or differences between it and the A seat. Those results can be found in the table below. Tests beyond 59 seconds are no longer authorized. Uh-oh. Alright, so now on to the tests. Time equals amount of time the D rider spent in the ground position. Only D class personnel have been used to test SCP-2224's O seat so far. All tests have been conducted outdoors in the external environmental lab. 2224's effects do not occur indoors.
So just to be clear, the teeter-totter doesn't actually catapult anyone.
No.
But the first one makes it feel as if they're catapulted, and the second one makes it feel as if they're being catapulted, but depending on the circumstances, so violently that they end up becoming unconscious.
And facial muscle tearing.
That's a hell of a toy.
Yeah.
Unsafe.
Alright, time to see what each time does. Time 1.5 seconds. The 13, 20, 30. Results subject claimed to have experienced being launched an estimated 6 meters in the air before falling back down on the seat of 2224, and that approximately 5 seconds passed. Subject reported pain expected from an equipment drop of similar height, though it quickly dissipated. Slight bruising appeared around the area of D13-2033's tailbone, but it disappeared before it could be photographed. Oh god.
Okay, so it does inflict pain when this is done.
But it
It's
disappears.
just it disappears if it's minor enough. Time to make it not minor enough.
Yeah. At 10 seconds, D98901. Subject claims she was launched at least 200 meters into the air and a perceived speed of over 70 kilometers per hour.
Jesus.
That sounds like death.
Subject was able to see well beyond the boundaries of Site 24 with an accurate description of the surrounding landscape. Though D98901 claimed to experience excruciating pain upon landing, temporary bruising around her tailbone was identical to the previous test subjects. The subject was given Class A amnestics and comply with security protocol. So despite being sent that far high, you live.
Yeah. It's again, it's not it's literally just hallucinations happening.
Honestly,
Just that they
it
can
sounded
cause
like
a
with
physiological
the
issue.
speed and how far they went up, like they'd like splatter or something.
Yeah. Alright.
It's just them
hard to remember
perceiving this happening.
hallucinations.
Yeah.
But yeah.
22 seconds. D102322. Subject lost consciousness after returning to the ground position and awoke 3 minutes later. D102322 claimed to remember very little of experience because he collided with a goose at approximately 500 meters in the air.
Oh my god.
Boost.
Subject did mention they were unable to see the curvature of the Earth, claiming that the horizon was as flat as a pancake. Temporary bruising was found on D102322's tailbone and scalp near the left temple. "29 seconds. D89734. Subject began screaming upon reaching the ground position. Once testing staff were able to calm D89734 down, he claimed to have died when the seat hit the ground. Subject was unable to make a coherent statement about his perceived height or velocity and spoke only in sentence fragments about large shapes in the clouds. Subject died from a myocardial infarction 27 minutes after the conclusion of the test.
Oh god. Okay, so it can actually get deadly.
Yeah. 40 seconds. D120048. Subject lost consciousness upon reaching the ground position, awakening after approximately 12 minutes. Upon regaining consciousness, subject went into the shock and was sedated. D120048 awoke 15 hours later and was able to answer questions fielded to him by Dr. Darretts. And then the interview is right down here, that B class. 52 seconds. This is before no longer than 59 seconds. D119786. Subject lost consciousness upon reaching the ground position and did not regain consciousness until 34 hours later. While still comatose, subject began developing frostbite on his extremities. Once awake, D119786 was unable to speak, but was capable of written communication until the frostbite prevented the use of his fingers. Subject's internal organs began shutting down 3 hours after regaining consciousness and died within the following hour. Okay. So, once you reach a certain point of seconds, that you're not going to regenerate.
It's basically he got flung to outer space.
Yeah, alright.
Sounds of it.
61 seconds. This is before the 59 second. This is past the mount said you cannot go. DA7474. Subject lost consciousness before reaching the ground position, which caused him to fall from his seat into the ground. Subject could not be revived and expired within 6 minutes of hitting the ground. DA7474's body disintegrated after 14 minutes, leaving only a small amount of carbon dust. Wait, did he get sent to the sun?
Maybe. I don't know. What I do know is, the conclusion is if you're gonna use the teeter pult, only use the A seat. A and B seats. Don't use O and D.
Alright, so we got an interview log. Does someone want to be the
The
D class or doctor?
the A seats sound like it could be fun.
Yeah.
I guess I can be the doctor.
Alright. Forward interview with D 120048. Begin log.
Wait, which one was this?
The 42nd one.
Okay. Can you give me a detailed account of what you experienced?
I'm I'm not sure. I don't remember some of it. It's fuzzy.
Tell me, what do you remember?
I remember going real fast, like way too fast. My head hurt real bad, and I thought I was going to suffocate.
What did you see?
I saw the ground getting further and farther away, and next thing I know, I was in the clouds. I think I passed out at some point, but then I woke up again.
And then?
I felt like I was slowing down, and I heard a voice. It was real loud, but it still sounded far away. I could tell it was coming from a cloud in front of me. It sounded real weird though, like my old principal on the loudspeaker back in elementary school, only higher pitched. There was another sound behind it too, like a big roaring jet engine.
What did the voice say?
Oh my god. I, I I don't remember much of it, just bits and pieces. I remember it saying something about getting my ticket out. It sounded like it was taunting me. I remember now, it kept getting louder and louder.
Did you see what the voice belonged to?
Well, not at first. I could just tell it was coming from the cloud, like I said, but yeah, it came out of the cloud after a bit, after the engine sound got so loud. I thought my head was gonna burst. Things get real fuzzy, though, after that.
Any detail at all would be helpful. Take your time.
It was some sort of airplane. I know that for sure. But it was pink? Or pinkish, I guess? I think it had a face, though. I just remember it was huge and was coming right towards me. And it was screaming at me about my ticket. Shit. I don't know if I can handle this right now.
We can take a break if you'd like.
Nah, I only remember one more thing anyways. It's the last thing I remember before I woke up in this bed. I think I got sucked into one of those things, jet engines.
Did you feel pain?
Oh yeah, I sure did. It was only for a second and then things went black. Pretty sure the pink bastard ate me.
Ate you? What makes you say that?
Because the last thing I remember before the pain hit was that it was no regular jet engine. It was just a gaping pink mouth with a lot of nasty looking teeth. It was where the voice and noise was coming from. And I was screaming in my ears about my goddamn ticket right until it bit me in half. End log.
Well, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah. The only account was written by D119786 before he expired from organ failure. So any grammar errors had been reserved from the original writing. I remember being up in the sky. I could see everything, the birds, the trees, the buildings, and it just kept getting smaller and smaller. Some birds were even following me, but I couldn't hear them because they got too high up because their wings fell off and they started dropping. Wait, what? Uh,
Oh.
I got scared because I thought my arms were going to fall off and then I would fall too. Then the sky turned pink, and then I heard noises, but I couldn't see what was making the noises. And then the sky was black. I got very cold when the sky turned black, and I was scared, but also excited because I thought maybe I could see the stars. There weren't any stars though, it was all black, and when I looked back at the earth, it was just a big pink ball. Then it got small, and then it was gone. It was so cold that it hurt, and I thought I was going to die, but then I looked down. I think it was down. I saw something below me. It was a big black sign that said Cambridge Co. on it. I started falling down towards the sign and had one of those little letters, R's, in a circle on it. The sign was so big that I fell right through that circle. That's when I woke up here. I don't remember anything else. I have to stop. Foundation has been unable to locate any records of the Cambridge Company. It's possible that D119786 misspelled or misremembered the name, but additional testing will be required to confirm that, Dr. Duritz.
This is just fucking weird.
Yeah. So if you get sent high enough, you'll see the company, I'm guessing. Maybe this is an anomaly that was used by the people who, by the company themselves to, travel to it without being noticed by the Foundation.
What?
I don't know. I'm confused by this fucking thing too. And then I think I'm confusing myself.
You're confusing us and yourself.
Yeah. So where do we put this anomaly? Not anomaly. God damn it. Group of interest.
Uh, I honestly want to just say not enough information. Like, we know that they made a dangerous teeter-totter. Okay. Thanks, I can do that in an afternoon. It won't be anomalous, but I could.
I forgot I couldn't find a picture for this group, so I just got a teeter totter as a group.
That works.
So everyone in agreement, not enough info?
Yes, I guess.
Jerry?
Hey, what?
Do you agree that it's not enough info?
Yeah. Only thing we know is that they made a teeter totter. It's kind of dangerous. They might use it regularly.
Oh. Oh no. Next group. C&D Holdings Limited, a splinter company of Marshall Cart and Dark Limited. The group sells various fossil fuels, chemicals, and anomalous substances, formerly designated as SCP-5802.
I. So it's a section of the black market group that specifically operates in like one of the most morally bankrupt business sectors in the world.
Yeah.
Great. I'm sure they're just peachy.
Especially with their nickname anomaly, pollution and industry.
Oh man, that's the best.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Should we just put them in the same group as Marshall Carter and Dark? Which
So
was
that's the thing. I'm interested in this SCP, but at the same time, yeah, I'm kind of
Lots
fine
of
with
Oh
it.
my gosh, there's even more.
No!
Yeah,
Look
so
at it.
this is another day sort of SCP.
Yeah, when we go back to like rearrange them. Oh my gosh,
I think Marshall Carter and Dark we put in chaotic evil, didn't we?
I was more lawful evil because they're structured.
I don't remember. And in my brain, my first thought is chaotic evil.
Hold on, I can look. Fuck. I forgot everything reset. So, chaotic evil is what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright. I didn't realize that SCP would be so damn
Then
long.
again, actually, wait.
Huh?
If it's a fossil fuel company, that does feel like it'd be a very structured evil. So yeah, I guess lawful evil.
Alright, let's see. What's the next one? Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
What?
Apparently, my image is rearranged shit, because this is the next one way up here.
Oh.
God damn it. Anyways, but I have good. Huh?
I just summoned a dwarf in very fancy armor, and his name is Grumbler.
Uh, the California Gray School of Wizardry.
Oh.
A school that teaches the occult based in California.
I see.
Wait, one of
That
the
can go
links
a
you can
lot of
click on is
ways.
Wikipedia.
What?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's show Wikipedia article. Oh, it's a Hogwarts school. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. With inspiration drawn from various sources. Oh, including the fictional Hogwarts. Okay, so it took inspiration from Harry Potter.
Secular esoteric arts. Inspiration. The Grey School aims to provide a modern, non-religious approach to exploring magic and mysticism. Its curriculum spans 7 years, encompassing over 500 classes across 12 color-coded departments.
That's 16.
16. And healing to alchemy and the dark arts. That's okay. So this is just like an actual thing that they decided to plop into SCP.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We can actually see their website.
I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't want to go through a website like this.
We do have one SCP connected to it, and it's a Chinese one.
Okay.
Falling from the sky. Open this. Okay, it's not that long.
Not too bad.
Damn it.
It is a Keter, though.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna plop this in Google Translate, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay. That's what I thought. Hey, Jerry. Would you like to guess what activity I am engaging in the background today?
I am bad at guessing.
I'll give you a
I am
hint.
also,
Oh, go ahead.
I am also thirsty and suffering from smoke inhalation because there are two big fires nearby.
That's fair enough.
Actually, earlier I almost passed out in the hallway instead of getting my laundry into the laundry.
I yeah, that's yeah. Sorry you're dealing with that.
It is also why I was late because I was napping to get off the tired, and it did
Yeah.
not get off the tired that well.
I thought you were being a bit quieter. I was figuring it was just because you were like had a scratchy throat from the fires.
My throat doesn't really get scratchy from smoke. It's chemicals.
No. I mean, chemicals can make your throat scratchy.
That's fair. But it does not make my throat scratchy, it makes it dry.
Okay. Alright, I'm
Because
back.
my body wants to eat all the things out.
Yeah,
But
I'm
we
back.
can.
I'm guessing this is probably gonna be the last group of the night.
Oh, yeah.
I was, well, 'cause it's usually going near midnight, which is usually when we stop.
Oh, yeah.
True.
And I need to eat dinner.
Yeah.
Food is for the weak.
No,
Funny thing is, I also
food
haven't
is
eaten
for my
dinner yet.
stomach.
Why haven't you eaten dinner, Aaron?
I don't know.
Aaron! I have a good excuse. It's 8:55 for me. It's like midnight for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat.
After the stream.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Why did anyone at Nintendo think that it was a good idea to bring Hypno into the world?
I don't
Oh.
know. Did you see the new Star Fox?
No.
You should not look at the images. You'll find out Nintendo has made many bad mistakes.
The only thing I saw was a clip of someone using Fox McCloud like VTuber model thing that Nintendo made, and constantly saying a bunch of slurs.
That is that is a very photorealistic fox.
Yeah.
I don't see much issue with that design,
Well,
based solely on the images.
I'm going to say this is the design they're supposed to typically have.
Ah,
But yeah,
That is their character design, and it's been that way since the 90s. The clothes may slightly change, the design might change, as in the art style design thing, but those have always been the design as a whole.
there. I mean, it doesn't look all that different from what I'm seeing.
mm,
Though again, I'm only looking at images because I don't want to start listening to a video while I'm in call.
yeah, that's fair. Alright. On to the SCP. Item SCP-C in 1929. Threat level red. Object class Keter. Special consumer procedures. The GOI Heishan, Zhenan, and Shenzhen districts of Fuzhou City, Fushan Province have, in coordination with the Ninth Bureau of the Great General Staff Department, established a Special Operations Task Force. This task force
Man,
is... Huh?
that first sentence really hated you, huh?
Yes. This task force is responsible for the real-time monitoring of the anomaly and conducting related investigations at the societal level. Should an anomalous event occur, the remains and tissue samples of the deceased must be retrieved immediately. An incident must be documented and covered up. If the deceased are discovered by members of the public, their deaths are to be officially attributed to accidental falls or suicide. Under necessary circumstances, the administration of Class A amnestics to affected civilians is authorized. Currently, for Forensics Identification Center of the Fuzhou Public Security Bureau, operating under Foundation jurisdiction, has established a specialized research team. Sorry. This team is responsible for conducting autopsies on the deceased and performing on-site surveys on the incident locations.
Seems like the pictures I'm finding of the new Star Fox are different than the videos I've seen. Okay.
So, is there a reason we're just sitting here in silence?
I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Aaron?
my microphone muted itself.
Oh! Well, yeah, of course we'd be quiet if you're trying to talk and we can't hear you.
My stupid fucking microphone. Anyways, let's see, where was I? Local observation posts have initiated full-time monitoring of Fuzhou City's overall special factors and human-level fluctuations in relation to the anomaly, providing support to the research team investigating the causes and patterns behind the anomalous events. Given that there are currently no effective means to prevent the occurrence of anomalous events, and the nature of these events remains unclear, specific containment procedures for anomaly itself are still pending drafting. First containment procedures update. Mas Sakai, the role survivor of the anomalous events and local civilian, has been officially added to the Global Occult Coalition's High Threat Persons of Interest watch list. Old Task Force Yinshu-8 Frontier Breakers and GOC Physics Division have officially intervened to conduct search and apprehension operations. Under the pretext of apprehending a terrorist ringleader, Foundation actors have formally requested a temporary assignment of Fusion's Providence surveillance network and local police forces to assist in the operation. Furthermore, relevant information regarding the wanted individual has uniformly disseminated to all personnel and local observation posts. Should the individual and their companion refrain from intentionally engaging in harmful acts against Foundation personnel or the general public, the Department of Containment Administration must actively intervene to prevent the GOC Physics Division from employing lethal force against them. All efforts must be made to ensure that communication, persuasion, and or apprehension are conducted while the subject remains alive. Description: SCP-CN 1929 is currently classified as a specific anomalous phenomenon occurring within the city limits of Fuzhou of Fushan Province. It manifests as a spontaneous sporadic appearance of a human female at an altitude of approximately 150 meters above Fuzhou, followed by her death due to free fall. What the fuck?
Dude, what?
Why? From 2019 to the present, a total of 8 fatal fall incidents have occurred across the Gulao, Xingshan, Xinhuan, and Taixing districts. In all cases, there are no climbable structures in the immediate vicinity of the impact sites, nor were any unidentified aerial objects present at the time of the incidents. Furthermore, facial recognition, fingerprint analysis, dental records, iris scans, and DNA profiling of the deceased have failed to match any existing records, leaving the identities of the victims currently undetermined. Autopsies performed on 8 victims indicate that all possess extensive prior experience in thaumaturgical practice. Even in their remains, a high affinity for Eve particles remains evident. According to assessments by the International Integrated Thaumatology Research Center, the thaumaturgical proficiency level of each victim prior to death would have been classified them as a sorcerer-A. So now we're getting into more further on. Okay. I'm so confused. So it's just a random fucking woman that keeps dying. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quickly separate these. That way I don't get confused. Date 1921 29-1 date February 14th, 2019. Incident briefing at 7:13 on the day of incident. The Shanhui Observation Station at Fushao University reported anomalous human field readings over the Shannon district of Fushao City. At 7:30, the 120 Center received reports from multiple students and faculty members and local middle school, stating a female corpse had been discovered within a wooded area adjacent to the sports field of redacted middle school. Foundation personnel immediately intervened, posing as local criminal investigators. Corpse examination briefing. Deceased was wearing a local school uniform. Based on skeletal age analysis, she was estimated to be approximately 16 years old, exhibiting physical characteristics consistent with an Asian female of that age. The body sustained a comminuted skull fracture, spinal damage, and severe contusions and lacerations to all internal organs. Consequently, the cause of death was determined to be a fall from a great height. The deceased remains exhibited a high affinity for Eve particles. Additionally, a small cloth pouch containing 17 Langmu brand crispy wafer dark chocolates was discovered in one of the deceased's pockets. This pocket was located on the side of the body that had impacted the ground. However, all of the chocolates remained intact, with only the cloth pouch bearing traces of blood stains. Incident discrepancies briefing. There are no plausible anchor points or structures from which the deceased could have fallen at the site where her body was discovered. The identity of the deceased remains highly unclear. She does not appear on any local school enrollment rosters, nor has the Public Security Bureau received any reports from the public claiming the body. The only individual to inquire about the incident was a male student from a local middle school who approached the investigating detectives, citing mere curiosity as his motive. At approximately 4 o'clock the following morning, the aforementioned student committed suicide by jumping from his private apartment building. An autopsy of the student's body revealed a significant quantity of partially digested Langmu crispy wafer dark chocolates in his stomach. Local supermarket records distinctly confirmed that he had purchased such chocolates. It is currently hypothesized that this student shared some form of connection with the deceased, as the student's immediate family members had all passed away, leaving him to live alone for several years prior to his death. Investigations in Pension Lake have thus far yielded no further progress. 1929-2, date March 4th, 2019. Incident briefing. At 16:47 on the day of the incident, the 110 Emergency Response Center received a report from the public stating that a young woman had fallen to her death on a redacted street in the Gulao district of Fuzhou City. The incident directly resulted in destruction of the street vendor's awful cart and caused injuries to multiple bystanders who were splashed by hot oil. Foundation personnel subsequently intervened, posing as local police officers and emergency medical staff. Autopsy briefing. Stace was dressed in casual, gender-neutral woman's attire. Based on skeletal age analysis, she was estimated to be approximately 19 years old, exhibiting physical characteristics consistent with an Asian female of that age. The body sustained a comminuted skull fracture, spinal damage, and severe contusions and lacerations to all internal organs. A puncture wound caused by a high-velocity sharp object was present on the left side of the chest, resulting in hemorrhagic edema of the lung tissue. This puncture wound is currently believed to have been caused by the impact upon hitting the ground, therefore the cause of death is determined to be a fall from a great height. Post-mortem analysis of the remains revealed a high affinity for Eve particles. Additionally, items discovered in deceased's trouser pockets included 7 1,000 ruble banknotes, 1991 edition, 4 100 won banknotes, 2019 new edition, 1 small container of crystalline mint extract, and a memo card bearing the address of redacted middle school. Points of suspicion. There are no viable handholds or footholds present at the specific location where the deceased fell. The nearest potential climbing point would have required a high-speed running start to align with the body's impact point. The identity of the deceased remains highly unclear, and the Public Security Bureau received no reports from the public claiming the body. The address written on the memo card found in the deceased's pocket corresponds to the location where a separate anomalous fatal fall incident occurred on February 14th. It is currently hypothesized that a connection exists between the two individuals. Inquiries regarding the source of deceased clothing revealed that the items were products from the French VOD affordable luxury women's fashion brand. However, no matching purchase records could be found. Date March 17th, 2019. For 1929-3. Incident briefing at 7:15 on the day of the incident. The 110 Emergency Call Center received a report from a male high school student stating that a young female had fallen to her death from a balcony of residence. Foundation personnel immediately intervened, posting local police officers and emergency medical staff. Autopsy briefing. The deceased was dressed in a white blouse and a long green suspender skirt and wore a pair of round frame glasses. Left eye -4.330 diopters, right eye -4.30 diopters. Based on skeletal age analysis, the deceased was estimated to be approximately 14 years old, exhibiting physical characteristics consistent with an Asian female of that age. The skull remained intact, however, the spine sustained severe fractures, determined to have been caused by impact from balcony railing. All internal organs exhibited minor contusions and lacerations. The cause of death was determined to be a fall from a great height. The deceased remains exhibited a high affinity for Eve particles. Additionally, a full-length English novel titled Portrait of Markov was discovered near the deceased's left hand. Discrepancies and anomalies. The reporting party claimed that he initiated photographic documentation after observing an anomalous white halo flickering in the sky directly above his residence. The halo vanished after several seconds, immediately followed by a witness observing a young female spontaneously materializing next to the halo at the location where the halo had been subsequently falling to her death. Consistent with 2 previous incidents, local observatories detected anomalous fluctuation in spatial hue field within the region at the time of the event. However, photographic evidence indicates that the observed white halo exhibited the fundamental characteristics of a teleportation type Eve thaumaturgical array, thereby ruling out the possibility of the hue field fluctuation served as a causative agent for the phenomenon. The novel Portrait of Markov, found in C's possession, exhibits anomalous properties. Consequently, a separate anomaly dossier has been established for its object to facilitate further reference investigation. The three deceased individuals involved in these incidents are suspected to be linked. Current investigations are proceeding under the working hypothesis of a thaumaturgical teleportation accident. 1929-4. Date March 27th, 2019. Incident brief. At 12 p.m. on the day of the incident, the 110 Mercy Response Center received numerous reports from the public stating that a young female had fallen to her death within a landscape zone at Redacted in Kubu District. Furthermore, an unidentified perpetrator reportedly used a sharp object to sever the deceased's free finger before absconding with it. Foundation personnel immediately intervened, operating under the guidance of local police officers and SWAT personnel. There's apparently no autopsy brief. Sure. At point of suspicion, the deceased's ring finger was removed and taken away by an unidentified individual. Related search efforts have yielded no substantive progress. Surveillance footage indicates that the perpetrator's escape was characterized by a high degree of organization and coordination. Current assessments suggest that a third-party entity has already taken action regarding this incident. Warning, access restricted. Following content is accessible to only those holding 5/CN 1929 clearance. Please authenticate your credentials to proceed. So what does this say? Stating Foundation Liaison Office, Fushao Municipal Public Security Bureau, case report. Date redacted 20 redacted. Preliminary conclusions have now been reached regarding the cause of the death for the 8 individuals who perished in the fall. Tests conducted by our department's thaumaturgical volunteers revealed that when utilizing array-based teleportation to any location within Fushao City, the sighters invariably and anomalously materialized at the altitude of approximately 150 meters above the city. As our department had issued a prior warning regarding the anomalous falling incidents, had equipped the volunteers with specialized parachutes. No casualties were sustained during these tests. It's suspected that the spatial fabric within Fushao City possesses an anomalous property that interferes with thaumaturgical teleportation endpoints, forcibly resetting the designated arrival points to a high altitude. However, based on the presumed thaumaturgical proficiency of the 8 deceased individuals, as well as observations from the volunteer test, it appears that even in the event of a high altitude fall, they should have been capable of employing thaumaturgical means to avert direct impact with the ground, thereby largely preventing a fatal outcome. Yet eyewitness accounts and video footage indicate that the victims remained conscious throughout their descent, but failed to employ any self-preservation measures. Currently, lingering questions remain regarding the precise circumstances of the incident. Since the occurrence of the third fatal fall, the activity of the Church of Broken God cultists has become increasingly frequent within Fushao City. These cultists have been observed conducting advanced reconnaissance at the sites where the victims fell, severing the victims' fingers and subsequently absconding with the severed digits. The operations demonstrate a high degree of organizational coordination. Indeed, cult operatives even managed to infiltrate the Forensic Identification Center to pilfer fingers from the cadavers held there. Based on current intelligence, it is suspected that the anomalous regional teleportation phenomenon is a work of these God cultists, who engineered the high altitude teleportation anomaly as a means to assassinate thaumaturgists, thereby enabling them to acquire the victim's fingers without expending combat resources. The purpose behind their theft of the victim's fingers remains under investigation. Following this ensures of the Joint Incident Notification of Sick Injuries, the International Center for Integrated Thaumaturgical Research confirmed that the point of origin for thaumaturgical compensation tests of all 8 deceased individuals was located in California, USA. However, as the ICITR was declined to provide official contact details for the Gray School of Wizardry in California, we are currently unable to definitively ascertain whether the 8 deceased individuals were officially registered thaumaturgists or merely private citizens practicing thaumaturgy independently. This matter remains subject to ongoing diplomatic negotiations by the Department of External Affairs. Additionally, given the current intricate and complex nature of the situation, coupled with the ambiguity of intelligence from various parties and potential for adverse social repercussions, it is hereby requested that documentation for SCP in 1999 refrain from explicitly describing the aforementioned spatial anomalies. Instead, the official record should characterize the phenomenon simply as the inexplicable fatal fall of a young woman. This measure aims to prevent alerting potential hostile entities and to create a diversion, thereby facilitating the continued investigative efforts of this department. The above constitutes a situational briefing. For a detailed report, please refer to the company hard copy documentation. Now, one last thing on this anomaly. So basically, the tertiary god had been using this anomaly to just kill people. They're just thaumaturgists. Whether they're innocent or not is to be. But why? Why specifically them? I am being heard, right?
Yeah. I just
Okay.
realized I was muted.
Yeah, you guys were so
Oh.
quiet. I was like, oh.
Well,
Well, it's
you know why I'm quieting out a bit, right, Aaron?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
what I was gonna ask is, have we even heard the name of the group we're looking at once?
Yeah, in the previous thing right here up here, apparently the victims are highly suspected to be students of the school.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't tell us anything about the school, only that the students were tapped.
Well, we still have this remaining one that has a. So hopefully it'll say something. Oh yeah, it does pop up in here. So hopefully we'll get more information. I saw a gray school, so yeah, it does pop up in this one. Report on negotiation results. Foundation Department of Political Affairs. Date redacted 20 redacted. Preliminary progress has been made regarding cooperation with the Internal Center for Integrated Thaumaturgical Research. It is hypothesized that the anomalous effects associated with this project are artificially generated, designed to facilitate the targeted interception of thaumaturgies upon their entry into the Fushao metropolitan area. The GOC has codenamed this initiative BirdNet. The current assessments attribute this anomalous project to the Church's broken god, the Broken Church. It is suspected that the Broken Church forces intend to launch large-scale operations within Fushao, utilizing this anomalous project to intercept and precisely ambush any thaumaturgies who might attempt to interfere with their activities. In later stages, this capability could potentially serve to effectively neutralize the operational mobility of thaumaturgical forces belonging to various factions. In response, the GOC has pleaded to monitor the situation closely and intends to deploy elite forces to be stationed within Fushao. Furthermore, the GOC has expressed its willingness to grant the Foundation rights to station thaumaturgical forces in Wuxi, Jiangsu province. This gesture demonstrates their sincerity in upholding the treaty of the balance of thaumaturgical forces and respecting the strategic deployments of all parties involved. Our department recommends granting the GOC appropriate rights to station thaumaturgical forces, thereby enabling a joint response to the threats currently emerging within Fushao. Regarding the sole survivor in this event, a matter still under investigation, complications have arisen. Due to the initial misidentification by the GOC Special Response Forces, surprised, who erroneously believed the survivor to be a broken church operative, multiple lethal engagements were initiated against the individual. Consequently, the survivor, who also serves as a sole eyewitness, successfully evaded the Foundation's security cordon and fled the area. Following our department's formal demands, the SRF personnel responsible for this incident have issued a sincere apology. Furthermore, a detailed division of responsibilities has been established. The GOC is tasked with purging broken church forces within Fuzhou and preventing them from capturing the survivor and eyewitnesses, while the Foundation is tasked with locating a survivor to facilitate a safer and proper engagement. Additionally, we hereby submit a report regarding negotiations conducted with the Gray School of Wizardry in California. Due to the GOC's strict confidentiality protocols, our department was unable to establish a direct, dedicated communication channel with the Gray School. However, during the recent non-exhaustive consensus joint thaumaturgical symposium, our personnel successfully engaged in discussions with key representatives of the Gray School regarding the aforementioned anomalous project. Following negotiations regarding the identities of the 8 individuals who died in the fall, it is confirmed that they were 11th and 10th grade students at the Gray School of Wizardry in California, and were all members of the Phi Sarah Club. All 8 deceased individuals, as well as the current survivors, are listed as missing on the school's official roster. School authorities have indeed initiated a search effort, but it yielded no results. Our department has suggested that this lack of success may be attributed to Foundation's efforts to conceal and cover up the incident. According to the school administrator in charge, the first individual to die in the fall had initially requested a leave of absence on the grounds of visiting family and friends, but subsequently went missing for several days. The second individual went in search of the first and also went missing, at which point the situation finally drew the attention of the school authorities. However, specific reasons behind the subsequent departure of the remaining deceased individuals and survivors from the school remain unknown. After a detailed review of the project incident report, the school administrator stated that the motives behind the actions of the Cult of the Flesh were highly likely centered on the collection of specific body parts from advanced thaumaturgies. Their intent was to exploit the high levels of Eve activity consistently present within the bodily tissues of long-term thaumaturgies and utilize these tissues as critical conductive mediums within a large-scale thaumaturgical array. While this approach is highly cost-effective, the output of such an array is effective only against substances that share the exact same composition as the conductive medium used. Regarding our department's inquiry into why the deceased individual failed to initiate any self-rescue measures during their fall, the school administrator acknowledged that both the campus and adjacent residential areas are equipped with specialized thaumaturgical engineering systems designed to facilitate flight and provide fall protection. These systems enable students, faculty, and local residents to fly freely while safeguarding them from injury. The long-standing presence of such engineering, coupled with the pervasive influence of relevant science, fiction, and anime culture from Hollywood, Japan, has subtly but erroneously influenced the mindset of the majority of the students. Consequently, many have come to believe that they possess intermediate to advanced thaumaturgical proficiency, assuming they can achieve sustained levitation and flight within minimal thaumaturgical exertion, and that their physical constitution is inherently superior to that of ordinary humans. The administrator noted that while he had repeatedly attempted to conduct educational outreach among his students to correct this misconception, these efforts yielded no tangible results due to a general lack of prioritization among the faculty. He therefore surmises that the deceased individual most likely failed to initiate self-rescue measures as a direct consequence of this erroneous belief. Conversely, the sole survivor, who was known during the time of the school for a shy and cautious disposition, was frequently criticized as being timid or cowardly, for strictly adhering to the use of protective sports gear during various coursework activities. This cautious demeanor is highly likely the primary factor contributing to their survival. The school administrator stated that the actions undertaken by the cult of carnal desire were clearly premeditated. He tends to submit a comprehensive report on this matter to the Academy principal and has pledged his full cooperation with the Foundation's relevant operations, particularly regarding efforts to secure the return of surviving students. Furthermore, he emphasized that if the cult of carnal desire is used like biological components from the deceased thaumaturgist remains as a thaumaturgical conduit, any subsequent thaumaturgical output would inevitably manifest upon or directly affect substances sharing the same material composition as those remains. He urged the Foundation to treat this as a potential threat with the utmost gravity. Finally, he confirmed that the school would dispatch its primary security force to coordinate with and support the Foundation's operations in the future. Above constitutes a brief summary of the situation for a detailed report. Okay. So we got more information that time. So yeah, all the victims were people from this school that Church Broken God just wanted dead. Why? We don't know. They just wanted them dead. So it looks like at the school there's a safe practice for the thaumaturgical magic or whatever you would like to call it. They're trying to teach the kids safely, but failed in this little aspect, and now the Church of God just wants to use whatever the fuck they're using to kill the students.
Okay, so then let's um I guess now the question is uh where would you put on a morality alignment chart the concept of an educational institution?
I guess it depends on the institution.
Like if it's just like largely safely teaching this thing and like dealing with consequences of students being stupid because students are always stupid.
Yeah, they pretty much are.
I'd be in the camp of maybe calling it either lawful neutral or neutral good.
Yeah, because it did mention, I think, over near the bottom, when they had like protective measures for falling and whatnot, and were trying to teach uh kids that they're not gods, that they can die.
Yeah.
So then again, at the same time, the Church of Broken God are just killing off the students, and we still don't know why. They're just doing it for no reason. Yeah, and for once, the Jussi is actually doing a good thing by killing those people, just killing random people. So I'm kind of leaning to maybe neutral good. What do you guys think?
Better than the other groups this night.
Eh,
Yeah, I'd be. I think I'd put them in neutral good.
yeah.
The concept of education and universities, generally speaking, are fairly decent.
So, I think when we look at the Church of Broken God, we're gonna move them out of incompetent good. Because this is the second time where we just hear about them just killing people for no reason.
Granted, this is like what sounds like a particularly radical and awful group within them. Because that was the Broken Church in particular.
Oh yeah, that was the old sect. the oldest sect of the Church of God.
Yeah. It's kind of like pointing out that Catholicism has a metric shit ton of baggage historically, but that doesn't mean that like all forms of Christian belief are
Yeah.
toxic.
I do believe we are going to take it out of incompetent good because they're, well, infecting people intentionally with the clockwork virus. Which, not that great.
Wasn't that done consensually though?
I think some people it wasn't.
I guess that could mess with things, but you gotta keep in mind the concept of incompetent good isn't that they are literally
Yeah.
good and are only doing good things. It's that they are attempting to bring about a good outcome but are bad at it.
Yeah. I guess we'll see if they do any more atrocities. Because so far, the more we go through the minor groups of Avengers, the more we just hear about them just killing people.
That is also true.
I expect this more from the GOC, not them. it's kind of it's kind of weird. Like the GOC are more of like good guys in this article than the fucking church. It's usually the opposite. But anyways, ending soon now. I'm gonna go ahead and see what the. Go ahead and read the next company. The next group interest for next week, the Cannabin Cognito, a company that produces anomalous cannabis.
Nice. And their number and the number there is 6995.
And it's the name of the group that we're looking at next week too.
Yeah.
Do you have any last words for stream, Jerry?
Don't start fires.
Maybe.
Aaron,
Yes.
I'm currently suffering because of fires.
Oh, fair.
That's not fun.
Right. I forgot. Hatchet, last words, go.
When in doubt, I don't know. Punch a trout.
When in doubt, it's okay to admit you have no idea what the hell to do.
No, just punch the trout. That's the best thing to do at all times.
Oh my god. Anyways, Danger
Disclaimer, this channel does not actually encourage trout abuse.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, Danger Novels. I'll see you guys next week when we go back to do content farms. Yay.
Will we be punching trouts?
Maybe.
I don't
Nice.
think so.
Then
Anyways.
can we make it about punching trouts?
Oh my god.
You can imagine Dr. Cat as a trout.
I guess tetrapods are like if you get loose enough with definition, tetrapods are fish at some point, so I guess close enough.
Yeah, anyways, Danger Novels. I will see you guys then, and my final words would be, when in doubt, marry an old ass fucking trout.